X-Men Red. I'm like, oh,
Oh,
that looks kind of cool. So I fucking go to the writer's profile, blocked. Never even heard of the guy.
okay. So it looks like we're live. So in between your speeches. So hello, everyone. It is King Billy. Yeah, my name's changed this time. So I am trying to basically stroke my ego by this newest name change, and I'm joined with Ricardo and Gualta. You guys can introduce yourselves.
Go for it,
Yep.
Ricardo.
Ricardo Saraceno on Twitter. Go check it out. That's about it.
I'm Gwaltzilla, and I talk a lot of shit, and I get thrown off Twitter often. But that's all good.
Wait, how many times have you been thrown off Twitter? This seems like your first time, right?
Oh yeah, this is the first time I've been perma-banned, but I'm back. Those bitches can't fucking stop my ass. But I've been, of course, banned like 4 times. Um,
Oh, you
but
mean
that
like a
was the first
temporary
time.
suspension?
Oh yeah, suspension, Twitter jail, whatever you want to call it. But no, my actual profile got fucked. Like it got shot down and they didn't even give me a goddamn reason. Those little bastards. But yeah, I'm
Yeah,
back on Twitter. They can't stop me.
yeah, yeah. Because doesn't Twitter like not even show like because Twitter doesn't even show like the reasons for you getting banned, right?
Oh no, they do. Normally they'll be like, hey, 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 you can't call this guy a faggot, and I'm like, no, 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 that guy's a faggot. But or you
Mm-hmm.
can't call people retards or shit like that. But
Yeah, they got like half a dozen keywords that'll just get you banned instantly.
Yeah, it's weird because it seems like there are times in which you'll get suspended and they won't tell you why you're suspended.
oh yeah, no, they sent me an email, right? And I was like, okay, well, why did I get suspended this time? Because I truly did not know. Like, but I was just like, what the fuck? But all of a sudden, I sent them an email. I'm saying, hey, assholes, why am I suspended this time? Because I mean, I wanted to know what was up because I didn't really poke at many people or anything. Mainly, what happened was some jackass Antifa dude. I sent I tweeted at John Malin a meme of well fuck it, I'll bring it up. I'll bring up the meme and screen share it with you. Show you what the fuck it was. Um, all right, so where's this fucking thing? Jesus, I got so many of these now. So I tweeted a meme at John Malin, and it's a fantastic meme. This little comic strip.
Share what?
Yes, screen share.
Yeah, let me see here. Yeah, I didn't want you guys to see all my my porn. Okay, here we go. Here it is. So this is what I sent to him. If I can get this
Oh
bullshit
fuck
off
yeah,
this
I've seen that half a dozen times.
yeah,
Beautiful.
dude, like um what the fuck? Okay. How did I get this black shit off the top? This is ghetto. There we go. That's my good. Okay, so yeah, so basically I sent this to John Malin, right? This is a fantastic little comic strip. And he was like, "Oh, that's cool, whatever," and he fucking retweeted it. I got like over 100 like likes and fucking a shitload of comments saying, "Hey, you're a fucking no, man. We're not Nazis, man. You're the Nazis, man." And I'm like, "Yes, well, this comic strip says otherwise." And I got a lot of people blocked because I mean, a lot of people blocked me. Pardon me. Because they try to get in a fucking intellectual debate and they just get their asses handed to them. It was fantastic, but the best one was this fucking Antifa fuckhead, and he was an actual black bloc jackass, and I got him thrown off Twitter, which is great because he started admitting that he loves to go punch Nazis and I'm violent, blah 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 blah, and I was like, oh word, okay, cool deal, report, 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 you know what I'm saying? Because fuck it, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, but yeah, damn, so that happened, but bring back
Yeah.
up my shit. But there we go. I'm not screen sharing anymore, am I? Good.
Nope.
Excellent. So yeah, that happened. So And a bunch of people just kept trying to argue with me or something. One guy told me to suck his dick, and I was like, report sexual harassment. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it was so
Oh
good.
yeah.
And I got
Yeah.
like confirmations back from Twitter saying, "Thank you for making our community safer.
Yeah.
We have taken action versus blah 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 blah." And I'm like, good. Fuck
Yeah.
those little pissant SJWs.
Oh yeah, because it's funny enough. Speaking of Troubadour, yeah, I got into an argument with like Tim Doyle on Twitter like last night and stuff, and then he let me go out. We got into this argument, and then he blocked me at the end of it.
Oh yeah, they do that. Like as soon as
How
it's
do
a losing
you?
battle for them, they fucking block you.
I get blocked instantly. It's like I have one retort to one of their tweets, then they say something, and I'm blocked before I
think-
get a chance to reply.
I think it had to do with the fact that I made the comment saying that feminists don't buy comic books, and then he like got angry, retorted about like Saga and Bitch Planet, and I think what was there was another one you mentioned, I forgot what it's called, but I think Sex Criminals.
Paper
Yeah,
Girl.
I think it was
Paper
Sex
Girls.
Criminals. Yeah. Yeah, you've heard
But
that
yeah.
Sex Criminals, because they're saying like it sells a lot. So this is excuse saying that feminist comics sell well.
Yeah, bullshit. Like when they say sell well, they mean like what 1,000 copies is good. Or
Well,
some shit
I mean,
for an
Saga
event.
does sell pretty well.
Saga. I mean, I remember when Saga first came out, it was highly praised, but it was like a Romeo and Juliet space opera.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before it went like balls.
Yeah, that was my counter argument. No one really seemed to mention the feminism in Saga, from what I could tell. They just talked about how great of a series it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I caught him. So I guess, yeah, so he thought he got me. Then I think before he blocked me, I think I caught him by basically saying that, I brought up he tried to bring in the whole superheroes have always been SJW. So then I posted those World War II propaganda comics, to show that that's bullshit. And then I posted the Iron Man, like the Avengers comic where Iron Man is lecturing a guy about diversity quotas. And then he comes back trying to say that Kurt Busiek is a liberal and proves Iron Man wrong in the book. And I said, no, he technically doesn't. He basically goes with what Martin Luther King was all about, which is not judging people based upon their skin color. And then he blocked me and stuff after calling me like a white boy or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he thought I was white or something, yeah.
Yeah, and that's fucking ridiculous. Tim Doyle is such a jackass. Oh, dude, I love that.
Like that meme I did this morning.
Oh yeah, isn't that his profile? That's his profile pic, right?
What up?
No.
Big black dildo.
Wait, so that's not his profile pic?
It was. It's obviously Photoshop.
Okay.
Yeah, bring that up so everybody can see that shit.
Yeah,
That's
I'm not
hilarious.
I didn't want to post it on Twitter. I'm trying to not get my account banned.
No.
Yeah, thank you.
Not one of our
This video is
was
officially
great.
demonetized now.
I don't
That
think
is
we're gonna get very
fantastic.
far, anyways.
Yeah, but
That's
like,
hilarious.
well, one of the hilarious things is that, yeah. So basically, he was going on and on about how, like, what was it? Like how superheroes were SJW, and yet he couldn't refute like basically most of my tweets. And then one of these other guys tried to come back with saying that, like, talking about Wonder Woman, the movie and stuff. And I'm kind of like, well, number one, that's a movie. We're talking about comic books, so that's irrelevant, basically. And number two, Wonder Woman isn't really even that much of a really, radical feminist film. It's pretty light, basically.
Yeah, there was like very, very small little things in Wonder Woman. But I mean, excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. Holy shit.
Yeah, some
Sorry about
slight
that.
undertones, but yeah, it wasn't glaring.
Yeah, not at all. It wasn't like fucking what was that other horrible ass fucking movie that was Ghostbusters. Jesus, it wasn't like fucking ridiculous. And it wasn't really marketed. I mean, sometimes it was marketed as like, oh, feminism, blah blah blah. But no, I mean, if you look at Wonder Woman as a movie, her whole culture was very much
the main trailer. The main trailers of Wonder Woman never really hinted at that. I mean, unless there was like a obscure TV spot, which most people, at least fans, aren't really going to see that much. It's just all of the trailers hinted at that there wasn't really much of a feminist. It was like a very overtly feminist message, really.
Oh no, when I say promoted, I mean by like retarded ass fucking places like Vox in far left ridiculous progressive places. They're like, oh, this is gonna be the greatest movie. Okay, Wonder Woman was a basic superhero movie. It was good, but it wasn't great. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of fucked up flaws.
Yeah, I kind of love that. I actually really enjoyed that film. But I mean, what I was just saying was that, well, the thing is with Wonder Woman, the only thing I really heard from the feminists was that whole bullshit involving the female only screening that guy threatened to sue over.
Oh, but in
Yeah.
there was a big controversy about Justice League. Apparently she was showing her ass or something.
Yeah, it's a clip. It's like basically there's a part of the film, you have to slow it down to see it, but yeah, you can see like her underwear.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Pantsuit shot.
That's great. I'm down.
Yeah, call me a pervert, but I have it on my phone actually.
That's called fan service. There's nothing wrong with that.
It was unintentional, so that is fit. It was unintentional fan service.
Was it though?
Hell.
Well, yeah, because I mean, it's one of those instances where basically you have to be looking for, like, or you might have seen it, so you're going to look for it. So, people might call you a pervert for that because you're just like looking for that shit.
Hey man, that's me in a nutshell, dude. I do that all the time. I can generally tell you I could tell you like exactly what timestamp like an actress is going to show her tits or ass or full frontal, whatever. However.
So that's a special kind of ADHD then, or is that what it is, ADHD, or when you're like super super focused or something like that?
ADHD is.
Oh wait, no, I mixed that.
Oh,
not ADHD. I mean SOS. Yeah, sorry. What's the word? OCD, I guess. Yeah.
possibly. I mean, I don't know. I probably got a touch of that too, but really, it's more like titty and pussyitis. That's what I like to think of it as. But
yeah.
that and I love those leak pics.
Dude, you just try to turn that into an actual career and stuff, where it's like, oh yeah, my job is to find out the exact time and second and minute that a titty shows up in a movie.
Dude, somebody beat me to it. People have already beat me to it. There's Celebrity Jihad. They beat me to it. There's Mr. Skin. He beat me to it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
fucking...
I think about because I saw Celebrity Jihad. Like Celebrity Jihad is kind of like funny satire and stuff.
Oh no, dude! They have fucking actual fucking
oh, I know they do.
leaked photos and shit.
Oh, I know they do. It's just it's done presented in like an Islamic type of way, as a joke.
Yes. Hell yeah.
When it's like, truthfully, Islamists wouldn't really go after Hollywood because they basically cut for them now.
Oh no, dude! They'd blow up Hollywood for sure just to bring down the Western civilization.
If they blew up Hollywood, they probably would blow it up. They probably blow it up last, or at least after they have gotten a foothold in America.
Oh, dude, they already have a foothold in America.
But I mean, like in say Europe, like foothold, because right now they're not really. We're not at the state of Europe where it's like mass rape and mass terrorism.
That is true, but we have guns. That's why. Like honestly, that's the reason, because we have a Second Amendment. They're like, hey,
yeah.
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Nope.
But anyway, so what was gonna? Oh yeah, so basically today we're gonna be kind of talking about like specifically Gail Simone, because I'm getting. Yeah, you saw the tweet, right? Where she basically throws J.K. Rowling under the bus.
Yeah. Talking about Gandalf not being gay.
Yeah, not being gay. Well, he was confirmed as gay. That's how she thought he was gay. That's how it was that's how it was presented when she wrote the books. And then because she wasn't open about it, like from the get-go, confirmed it in the books. Gail Simone called her out, which is hilarious given that, J.K. Rowling has more money than she could ever dream of ever having in her entire life. And her books are far more popular and more read than any of Gail's comics.
That is true. Also, fuck JK. I don't like her either. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, they're both progressive shits.
Dance.
Yeah, they're both progressive little shits, but it's just so hilarious seeing two progressives throw shades at each other to promote themselves.
What was the Gail Simone, and she was talking about who? What was the wizard's name? Gandalf?
She was talking about Gandalf, the headmaster of Hogwarts.
No.
Haven't you ever watched Harry Potter?
God, no.
No?
Oh, there we go. I got a screen share up with all the juicy stuff. Anyways.
Yeah.
No, I don't watch Harry Potter.
Okay, but yeah, so this is basically the tweets. I think it says, it would suck...
What? I say that Twitter advanced search over here, it's beautiful. So I think I've
really?
comics using it. Yeah. Anyways,
Twitter advanced search.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if you can see the tweak, Walt.
Can I see the tweet? Like
Yeah, can
on
you
the screen
see
share?
the screen share? Yeah.
Yeah, I can look at a Ricardo right now.
Okay.
Yep.
But yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, but essentially, basically, so she basically essentially threw shades at like, sorry, J.K. Rowling for not having a character who J.K. Rowling thought was gay, like be gay in the actual book, you know, like make it obvious. You know what I mean?
Because that's
Hell
just
yeah.
what you want in your fucking Harry Potter book is over sexualization.
Well,
Then
yeah,
they
I
got
mean,
the
again,
Exactly.
imagery.
there's
Like,
like no
come on
sex in
now.
Harry Potter in the at least in the books. In the
There
movies,
shouldn't
there's
be any sex in it. The fucking target audience is, I imagine it was like under, like probably 15-year-olds or
well, the
under.
audience,
Like,
the target audience was young adults. So basically, between like I think between the ages of like 12 and 14 or something like that is the target audience.
and the way Gail's going off here, I'm almost certain that there's gonna be some gender bending or I don't know. I'm pretty sure Domino might end up gay in her new book. She's gonna
Yeah,
definitely do something to ruin
I
some
know, but
characters.
it's just so hilarious seeing seeing a progressive like nail on another progressive and stuff. It's just like it's
Oh,
so stupid
That
to
happens
like
all the
promote their
time
own
though.
book.
yeah.
I know, and it makes them look really stupid because apparently, yeah, loyalty or integrity and honesty is basically apparently tools of the patriarchy. So
Yeah,
They gotta out progressive each other. Who's the
that's
most
I
right.
know,
virtuous?
and again, it kind of basically talks about Turfling Monkey's video and how he talks about women are children because this is like super childish.
Oh yeah. Well, Gail's a crazy bitch to start with. You know what I'm saying? Let's
Yeah,
not fucking
is she
split
actually
hairs.
married? Because
She's a
someone mentioned
psycho.
she's married.
God, I feel sorry for that poor cuck.
Well, that probably explains why she acts this way because she's trying to make up for it because she
Oh,
knows she's being
I've
judged.
never seen a picture of her before.
Oh Jesus, no, I've seen that.
Ferocious.
Oh yeah, she's big.
Yeah, not only that, she's fucking ugly. She's fugly as fuck. Jesus,
Wah.
look at that one.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, crazy hair.
Even Xena's like, the fuck?
I know, right?
Yeah, but if you can see it, look at is she married?
uh,
I mean, if you can, because
Wikipedia.
someone responded to my
Born.
whole
No. It'd be
idea
right
that
here if she was married.
okay, but yeah, tell me if you can find it. But anyway, someone responded to my tweet of talking about how comic books should hire more married women because they seem to be hiring like single women only, and I feel like yeah, that's
Well,
kind of the reasons why they're so crazy.
There's a good writer that does Renew Your Vows. I'm pretty sure she's married. I don't know. The book seems to be. I don't know. It's not.
Yeah, because
I
what
wouldn't
was
call
it?
Renew Your Vows good.
Yeah,
At
but
all.
there's an image book that's
Jody
written by a
Hauser.
married couple. Who was it? There's an image book written by a married couple.
Yeah. Look at
I
that
can't
psycho.
remember. What?
I was Jody Hauser. I use that same search engine.
Jody
Oh,
Hauser.
DuckDuckGo. Yeah. I don't
Okay.
know. I stopped using all Google products except I guess
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
using one
still
right
on
now.
Google. Sorry, guys.
I use Google, but only to fuck with people. Like really. Like I know I've got to keep up an appearance on Google so they don't get hip.
Yeah, but my Mozilla Firefox went to shit because I was on that for a while, but then it just started effing up and just stopped working. So I'm just using Google Chrome.
Yeah, don't sign into Chrome though.
Don't sign into
Like,
Chrome.
yeah, that way they don't track you. Don't sign into Chrome.
I'm
They can't
signed
really
into
track you.
my Gmail account. Does that count?
No, like I don't know. You go to like Chrome settings, person one. See sign into Chrome right there.
Huh. That is
Don't
interesting.
do that.
Okay, because it says like Google account. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Google account says I'm under King Billy.
Yeah, so they're pretty much tracking everything you do in your browser.
Okay.
I hope they enjoy all the awesome porn I watch.
But yeah, does DuckDuckGo? So DuckDuckGo works with Google Hangouts.
It's just a search
I'm not
engine.
sure. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
I'm because I know
Like if
Mozilla
I
had
just
an
type
issue with
something.
Google Hangouts. There was some weird thing with it.
yeah. Firefox generally is pretty awesome. As far as
Yeah, I used to always be on Firefox, but yeah, it's just recently just stopped working on my computer.
There's another. Every company has a controversy where I don't know who was it. The CEO or something donated to a conservative party
Yeah,
member, and then
well,
they
like,
fucking ousted him. So it's like, screw you guys.
well now, I guess you've heard of like how Yahoo's been implicated in this whole memo like
yes,
controversy. Yeah,
yes, I did.
yeah. Well, Yahoo sucks anyway. So, I mean, who's on Yahoo anymore anyway?
Your
Only
grandma.
for troll accounts.
Because I only went
Yeah,
on Yahoo because originally you couldn't, you had to go on Yahoo to get YouTube because because Microsoft's email didn't work on YouTube when you were making accounts. So Yahoo, their accounts worked on their site. Opened up a Yahoo account just to get on YouTube.
yeah. I remember Yahoo used to be like the site to go on to, like back in
Yeah,
like 2006, 2008.
yeah, but then
I guess Yahoo Mail was all right, eh?
yeah, it was okay, but still, it's like I mean, I switched over to Google, and I thought Google was a lot better in terms of its features, like easier to use, whereas Yahoo was like all screwy.
Yeah, the only time I've ever had an email hacked was on Yahoo. Like, period. I've never had like my email hacked on any other platform except for Yahoo.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you want to have a secure email, use Proton Mail. I don't know. I think I've been going over this a couple times, like every stream.
You are pretty paranoid, Ricardo.
Hey, that's the only way to be.
Yeah, yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, you're in Canada, right, Ricardo?
Yeah.
Okay,
But
that
my
makes
emails.
sense.
My
Well, that
email's
makes
stored in Sweden, though.
yeah, but that makes sense. Okay, because that makes sense. So you're basically afraid that the police are gonna come in and arrest you, like Count Dankula.
Yeah, wrong thing. Get my fucking.
Hey, remember?
Jesus.
Get my doggo up here doing the Zig Hail or whatever.
Yeah. Hey, so remember? Yes, remember if they arrest you, remember to like smile at the camera and stuff.
Give them the okay sign.
Yeah. That's a requirement.
Great.
That's a requirement for all Comicscape people. Is that if you ever get arrested for wrong thing, just remember to smile at the cameras.
Absolutely. That's great. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, it just seems like So basically, Gail Simone has once again come out, doing, saying really stupid stuff over Twitter like this to promote her own work, which is pretty. It just very unprofessional. So.
Yeah, actually,
She was,
I guess
she was going to do it eventually.
She was pretty relatively. She seemed quiet until Domino was approaching, and now she's just out there slinging shit. I guess to try to promote her book. Is that the whole idea?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's the only thing I think of, but that's a very terrible marketing strategy to tear someone else down.
Oh well, yeah, I've seen.
I mean,
what do they say? Like, there's no such thing as bad publicity, right?
Yeah, but it's like, again, you're basically, it's kind of, since she's throwing shades at J.K. Rowling, which people are going to interpret as saying that you're better with this than J.K. Rowling is, which means you're going to get a whole bunch of her fans basically going after you and stuff, Well, when you cross someone that popular, you could get death threats from rabid fans.
Like in the whole SJW hierarchy, I guess she's right. So, like, if somebody were to speak out against her, they would be ostracized from the SJW community for not being SJW enough. I don't
given how J.K. Rowling basically despite the fact that the books confirm that Hermione is white, basically said that she is black and stuff. I think turning your character black probably gives you more diversity points than basically being full front about like a gay character. Because I think blacks are higher on the oppression scale than like white
They're certainly higher up than white gay people for sure. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
and Dumbledore's a white gay man.
Yeah, that's a fact. Damn, I saw an Undoomed video recently that showed that feminism is actually ousting fucking gay men for no reason.
Yeah,
they're
because
just they're not good enough allies, and now the gay men are looking for their own allies or some bullshit. That was
yeah,
a fucking awesome video. I
yeah, because
was like,
Who's
yeah,
what the
this?
fuck?
Sorry,
Undoomed.
who did the
yeah. Wait,
video?
wasn't that a response to that Hollywood bitch and stuff who basically was making that statement? Because there was a Hollywood hack who basically said that same thing, but it was like in 2016, I think, or something like a year or two back.
Oh yeah, no, that's happened before.
Yeah,
Ricardo, Undoomed.
Ah,
Looking on
yes.
Yahoo for Undoomed.
is that a user or is that
I
like
mean
the video?
YouTube,
It's a YouTube
YouTube channel.
channel. He's
Okay.
fucking awesome, dude. He fucking wrecks feminists all the time. He
Yeah.
wrecked like the Godzilla of feminists like a year ago or two.
Okay,
Or I
so
mean, he
basically
always
he's
does.
like
Oh
TFM.
yeah, there it is. Gay men banned
Oh,
from
dude.
feminism. Good 10 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll check that out after the stream. Watch later.
Hell yeah. But yeah, nah, King Bill, you should definitely check out Undoomed. He's fucking awesome. He's bad as fuck.
So he's like
Like
TFM.
his uh yes and no. Like he's more of a wreck channel. You know what I'm saying? Like he just fucking wrecks people. I mean, Jesus, you could spend hours watching his videos just fucking laughing your ass off and thumbs up in them. I used to share him a lot on Twitter before my last ban. I've been sharing some really interesting shit like what Japanese people think of like social justice and dude, it's funny as fuck hearing a Japanese guy rip social justice apart. Like
Oh yeah,
this one,
it's the
Well, this
Japanese guy that
Japanese,
has a
yeah.
channel.
yeah, it's
He
called
does
Find Your
like
Love in Japan.
oh, I fucking seen a whole shitload of them. He does like how to speak Japan videos or Japanese videos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was trying to fucking bone up on a little bit of my Japanese to help out with this fucking crazy game, but it didn't work because speaking and hearing is completely different than fucking reading. But
Mhm.
no, yeah, that's the same guy. His channel's called Find Your Love in Japan, I think. But yeah, he's a translator that came over to the West. You know what I'm saying, for a job or whatnot, and he's worked in Canada and a couple other places, universities. And he was like, "Why do you say white privilege? White privilege does not exist." And he berates fucking places like Black Lives Matter and all these other retarded feminist movements and shit like that. And then he'll go back over to Japan and he'll do surveys with like just people out in the streets and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
it's hilarious. But damn but yeah, he
Oh yeah.
interviewed a Japanese woman who's a Trump supporter. And she like lays out, she's like red pilled as shit, son. Like she says all the correct, factually accurate talking points. You're just like, wow.
Pretty
It's
sure
like at
all
least other countries.
Yeah.
Japanese are red pilled.
Oh, dude, for sure. Their culture
Well,
is like fucking so
well, yeah,
much
because
different than Western culture.
well, Japan doesn't really give a fuck about SJW stuff because that's just not part of their culture because they're not as diverse a culture and they're not in the Western world where political correctness is essentially turned into a very anti-white, anti-Christian,
Yep, exactly.
anti-male like culture.
They're also not like super opinionated amongst one another. Like whenever if you're at like an event or you're talking with other Japanese people in like a social setting or whatnot, you don't see very it to be over opinionated or to have like really strong beliefs or whatever one way or another is seen to be like rude and also
Yeah.
like a
Well, they're very
taboo.
respectful of each other, so yeah, they don't want to
Exactly.
come off like yeah, like you said, being rude. So it makes perfect
Exactly.
sense.
But at the same time they're very agreeable depending on what group they're in. So like if you were in Japan and like you were hanging out with a couple buddies, but then you go off and you guys split up or whatever and you go to an arcade and they go to like an after party or some shit. Don't be surprised to hear that they were talking shit about you behind their back if they go to a place and they're like, "Oh, what the fuck you doing with that guy, Jin?" You know what I'm saying? Like or whatever. So it's a very interesting thing, but like they let shit go a lot easier too, because it's very much like an inward reflective culture, and also they totally understand like gender roles as far as things. They're woke as fuck on that shit. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. There's a huge issue too with the men going their own way in Japan.
Well,
Just look,
Black Ninja Speak says that like the whole thing about Japanese culture dying is kind of greatly exaggerated.
it is.
Because he lives
Yeah.
in Japan itself, yeah. And I've been watching some of his videos. His videos are really good.
But like, don't they have like gender segregated trains and shit like that?
They do, but that's
Maybe.
because they do have all women cars on subways.
Cars, yeah.
And that's strictly because
I think it's because of sexual
guess-
assault, yeah.
exactly
Just
a
like
mess like that.
groping, I guess. Not really, I guess.
Yeah.
Sexual assault. in
100%
different year.
groping. Yeah.
I don't know. Pretty sure somebody's grabbed my ass a couple times on the bus. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because well I've been to a bar and there's like this one girl like to go around grabbing men's butts and stuff.
Oh, word. This is in Seattle, you said?
Yes, yeah, because
Could be
yeah,
a
it's
trap.
like the most feminist city apparently is going to have. I think they can just go around grabbing random people's like butts and stuff.
That's fine if they don't mind me grabbing her by the pussy after. That's totally cool. It's equal rights as shit. Damn, I cracked myself up. That's good shit. But no, damn. But yeah, like but yeah, as far as Black Pigeon Speaks, I love his videos. I liked his video on like why the West is failing and shit like that. That was the one that got taken down. That you can't. I mean, you can search for it and watch, but there's no fucking way you can.
I think it's still up, is it not? It's just unlisted.
Oh
I
no,
think it is.
yeah, one of them is unlisted, and you can only get to it by going to his other video. But he put out a second video. Oh, what's up, Polo?
Yo,
Yo.
How are you doing, man? You off
sorry,
work?
I'm looking for headphones. Yeah, I'm not working today. I'm just editing my new vlog channel and then my comic book review channel too.
Oh, that's
Nice.
cool. So yeah, basically Super Dark Wire. We were like talking about Gail Simone, how she threw shades at J.K. Rowling to like promote her own book.
The Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the whole
The writer
Gandalf
of
is
Harry
gay.
Potter. Yeah.
Oh, here. I'll screen share the tweets again. Kind of get caught up. So check out the screen share.
Yeah, so essentially she basically threw shades at J.K. Rowling for not being obvious with Gandalf being gay, because she said in passing that she thought Gandalf was, yeah, basically not straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so essentially, like it's like the typical progressive thing to basically, rip each other apart to like promote their own shit.
Pretty much. Gail Simone's just mad that they didn't have like fucking rainbow flags in the book waving and shit, basically. Like she's like yeah, but I mean really fuck Gail Simone. Like I truly could give a fuck less what she thinks, and I think Domino is gonna fucking flop. Like really and truly. I don't think she's a good writer. I don't think she's talented by any means. I think she's a fucking psychopath who tried to goddamn like take over Batgirl or whatever.
Well, I mean, she basically just like kind of in a sense conned her way into the industry by basically claiming how misogynistic comic books are.
God, I fucking just put up a cursed image.
What?
Yeah, that's fucking
Okay.
scary.
Whoa.
That's that bitch from the video. The
Oh, is
Comic
that
Girls
Pseudoconic?
video.
Oh, you mean Pseudoconic, right?
It was on fucking Netflix. Like what? Hey, during the summer times, Cummings was ripping it apart. What the fuck was it?
Oh, okay. As well.
Kelly
I didn't hear what
Sue.
you.
Oh,
I
so
didn't
that's
hear what
Kelly.
you said. You were coming in and out.
Oh, that's Kelly Pseudoconic, right? The one with the red hair.
Demonic. I don't know.
Yeah, that's her. She's the one who basically said Captain America is a social justice warrior.
Oh yeah, dumb as fuck.
And that's Gail Simone next to her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Jesus Christ, she's got this huge ass forearm and
Well,
no
that's
wrist.
saying Captain America is a social justice warrior. That's like saying
You're coming in out, Polo.
He's muted
Also,
himself somehow. Polo, you're muted, buddy.
I think his mic might be coming in and out.
yeah, we can't hear you at all if you're trying to talk, buddy.
Yeah, I think he might need. I think he needs to mute his. I think. Sorry, he needs to. Yeah, fix his mic.
Well, like he's muted, like right on the chat. It's got the mic mute icon.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, I guess maybe there might be something wrong with his mic and stuff. So he's probably trying to fix it. Okay.
Actually, I don't know. I got a red
Oh,
one.
yeah. So what were you saying, Ricardo?
I can't remember. It's not important.
You were talking about Netflix and Kelly Sue DeMonic.
Oh yeah, she had that super cringy. Okay, let's see here.
What, the interview? You mean?
Yeah. What was her name? Kelly. Sue?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you now.
This fucking super cringe. Look at the fucking likes and dislikes on the wrong window.
Let's see. Oh yeah, that one. That's one where I made my shit posting video out of.
Oh God, that is a. I mean, that's par for the course for social justice fucking videos, though. Jesus,
Look at that like ratio.
Yeah, because she said, like, yeah, Captain America's a social justice warrior, which, of course, that includes all of his, World War II propaganda comics.
Yeah, when social justice warrior wasn't a bad thing because feminism started out that wasn't a bad thing. Now third wave feminism is like complete trash.
Well, if you watch Church Leading Monkeys videos, he said that basically all feminism was a bad thing.
Well,
he doesn't
it is
want
a
women
sign.
to have the right to vote, so that's a hard standard to
his
go
argument.
by.
Well, his argument was that basically the welfare state was created because of like women getting the right to vote, because there was no welfare state until after the right to vote happened.
That's funny.
Well, I mean,
he didn't. Very true.
Well, he did research it. I mean, the research is, when you think about it, like, single women do tend to vote unanimously Democrat and for welfare and big government compared to married women.
Like, yeah. Anybody who votes is going to vote in their best interest. Like, it's just fucking science.
Well, the thing is that single women to vote, I think they say, like, a little bit can vote a little more conservative.
Oh yeah.
They probably have good jobs though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Any woman that's got no man in her life with 2 kids is gonna be voting for more welfare. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah.
Because she can't get that alimony check.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
she needs big daddy government to do it.
Well, I was just saying, like, after binging a lot of TFM, he brings up some very interesting studies, and he does come at it from a scientific standpoint, where people don't really talk about the importance of biology and neurology as well. Studying the male and female brain.
Yeah, he also uses like hard math too, like statistic data, which is actually Jesus, almost said fucking socialism. No, excuse me. I mean, he uses some of the softer sciences, but the math-oriented ones also, and it's a good thing. Any type of mathematician deal, you can look at incline, declines as far as like numbers or whatnot, and make predictions.
Well, he says, he did say it's hard to find some of the studies because Obama made it extremely difficult to essentially, find these gender studies. Like very few new studies were made because, like Obama was trying to sell the narrative of gender equality.
Oh, so, yeah. Well, that's because back in 2014, they did another bell curve study or whatnot. That was okay. So most of the bell curve data that you see that shows like men and women's
Yeah, they're all
IQs
yeah, they're
being.
kids. It's all the study was done by was done by very early pubescent kids, and girls they hit puberty quicker than boys. That's just a reality, mentally especially. Yeah.
Exactly, from age like 11 to 13, and that study was done back in like 73. And that's anytime you see the bell curve like that. And even then, the boys outperformed the girls like dramatically towards the extremes.
Oh, really?
You know what I'm saying?
I heard that they said when you compare adults and not kids, men are just smarter. There's no bell curve. Like the men are just smarter. As
by a couple. Yeah, by like about on average 5 IQ points.
You could just pretty much go by the fact that men dominate prisons and they dominate the upper ends of industry.
Well, the prison.
So men are incredibly smart and incredibly stupid.
Well, actually, if you look,
they say the average still,
No, I mean, if you look at the study that was done in 2014, they redid the study on like 17-year-olds. And actually, men didn't dominate the lower echelons of the IQ test. It wasn't even. It was like a similar curve, but it was not even like whatsoever.
Well, did you guys see how like all the universities are like guys are not going to university anymore? It's like all females at college now.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's like overwhelmingly female now. It's like 60 to 40.
Well, yeah.
Which is why I'm about to go back to school.
Well, yeah, but
I'd say take a trade.
It's
more money.
It's a trap. Well, it's also a trap because you're either going to get you're going to potentially get falsely accused of something, or you're going to be put through all of these useless courses that are going to try to brainwash you.
Oh yeah, and it costs too much money. I'm just going to go to community college for now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, college education is basically shit right now.
If you're not taking STEM, like if you're gonna take a soft science or a social science,
here's the thing. Here's the thing. There are a lot of colleges that won't even allow you to not take one of those social science courses. It's like a requirement now.
When I at least sociology is a requirement.
And I think some places you have to take gender studies as well, otherwise you'll get busted.
Are you serious?
I
think there is a couple of places that do that. Yeah.
I did 3 years and I didn't have to do any of that shit. Luckily enough.
Did you get a degree, Ricardo?
I don't know. I did 3 years. Got a diploma. I don't know.
It's like an associate's degree.
No. That's university. I just did college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean.
Diploma.
Well, I mean, heck, look at Harvard. Like Harvard, I think even MIT have had these basically social justice courses infecting their campuses as well.
Yep. What was that tech college also that they were trying to muscle in that shit? I forgot. What? Was it I
don't think it's Oxford. Well, I know Oxford has been having an issue too.
Was it?
Because Sargon did a video on that. Yeah.
Yeah. It was something ridiculous.
Y'all seen the Jordan Peterson videos versus SJWs?
Always. Hell yeah, I love those.
I could barely make it through like the Kathy Newman interview because that was just really trying my patience.
Fucking
like him having to.
Jordan Peterson's been on a roll. He did Joe Rogan and
Joe Rogan knows what he's doing. That Kathy Newman thing.
And he did Dave Rubin.
Cringe.
He's got 3 interviews out this week.
His narrative,
check them all out.
His narrative of Trigglypuff cracks me up.
That is fantastic. Hell yeah!
And I gotta watch the Kathy Newman one. It's on my watch list.
Oh, that is okay. Well, you have to have a lot of patience with that because that was just you have to be the king of patience to handle.
What you do is you watch the Kathy Newman video and then you'll watch all the other videos people made destroying her after that.
Oh yes. Basically, the whole thing is summed up in that one meme where it's like, okay, I believe that fish sticks are great. You believe that women should make fish sticks?
No.
So stupid.
So what you're saying is
what you're saying. Yeah, it's what I know.
So what you're saying is lobsters. Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, that is one.
Well, one of the interesting things is like Black Pigeon Speaks actually did a really great video on this where he talks about he basically talks about how the use of memes and ridicule work a lot better against SJWs in a non-debate sense compared to basically pointing out all the facts and all the the civil arguments. because they can't really communicate. That's the thing, is their communication skills is piss poor, which is why they react to all this stuff. So they absolutely hate ridicule because they're insecure control freaks.
Well, that makes sense
Exactly.
because if it doesn't matter what your opinion is, even if you're right, if you say it with an angry tone, then nobody's going to listen to you, which SJWs are always angry. So
Well,
that's why people listen to people that tell jokes.
Well, yeah, that's because they can't communicate, because their communication skills are just like horribly down the tube,
Yeah,
which is a
and-
very common issue among millennials. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a common fact. Go look it up. People who are funny are smarter. They have a higher IQ if you're funny.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's definitely a gift to be like really funny and put your words together really well.
Sarcasm.
But yeah,
Being
you're 100%.
articulate.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, sarcasm. Oh yeah, exactly. But like as far as SJWs to back up your point, yeah, they cannot stand being made fun of. That is like their kryptonite. When you do that,
Oh yeah.
they fall the fuck apart.
this is-
So whenever you
Oh.
what's up?
Oh, you can finish. Yeah.
Oh my bad. So basically, if you are ever like face to face with somebody in a debate and you fucking just start haranguing them with like some of their stupid ass ideologies, they crack. And not only that, but like this is something I'm really good at, is making fun of somebody and also adding in actual facts. Like I did that Antifa fuckhead on Twitter. Like I was like, oh, for real? So you don't believe in this, this, and this? And dude was like, man, ain't nobody never fucking hit no girl and just because she was wearing a red hat. That's not true. So I posted a video and I was like, you got anything else for that? I was like, I guess I made this up, right? And there was 2 videos, one of a girl getting maced and one of them getting hit over the head with a fucking flag. You know what I'm saying? Antifa flag.
Yeah, I've seen that flag. Yeah, I've seen those videos.
Yeah, dude. And then he was like, man, they ain't never done blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, well, what about this? And you just give them, I gave strict evidence on this on a public platform, not only that, but calling this fucker a fascist because he was calling us fascists first because I posted that fucking meme.
That's the thing is that that's the reason why that's where you can get them and calling them fascist and authoritarian, because authoritarians do not like being made fun of. They don't like ridicule and stuff. So you know that you're not in a fascist society if you're allowed to ridicule all of the leaders and stuff, you know?
Oh yeah. And that's why I love non-PC humor, dude. Like it's the best fucking humor, like satire. Just
You
saying
guys got to
the
check
best
out Owen Benjamin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty
Owen
dope.
Benjamin.
Yeah.
I like what's his last name? Carr. That dude's funny as fuck too.
I know he's really immature, but Hunter Avalon is funny.
Yeah, I find Steven Crowder hilarious, especially when he goes on his skits. Like skit is hilarious. Yeah,
Training
that's
Bane,
what.
oh my god,
Training
Training
Bane.
Oh yeah,
is
see,
so funny.
that's what it's funny. He's basically he's an online conservative personality, and yet his skits are far better than Saturday Night Live, because that's what Saturday Night Live should be. When it comes to making like those types of jokes. Yeah.
Saturday Night Live
that
used to
meme
make
up
fun.
on.
Oh yeah.
I got that meme up on screen share.
What I don't
meme?
understand is how come Family Guy makes fun of literally everything. Like you can't tell if they're conservative or Democrat. It's like they do both. They make fun of both.
Hell yeah.
Wait, sorry, say that again.
Family Guy, I love how their humor isn't PC, but I can't tell if they're on the left or on the right.
I actually stopped watching Family Guy because I just feel like some of the jokes just became unfunny. Like they just didn't seem creative anymore, and I feel like they are kind of more left leaning because in the
latest season they make fun of transgenders. They made fun of Bruce Jenner.
Well, yeah, but the thing is that I've never really seen them make fun of Obama. Like Obama has almost never been taken down like the way they took down Bush and some of the other Republicans. So that's the one thing is. I think the thing is that Seth MacFarlane is a Democrat. He just isn't an SJW, but he still is kind of like a biased.
He's
Democrat.
like in the middle. He's like left middle.
Yeah,
he's more
liberal.
He's like more left. He's like more left than the South Park creators, who in my opinion are more to the center.
They think they're
Hell yeah, that shit's great. But no, Seth MacFarlane is a. Oh, dude.
What?
DC Principal is the best.
Oh, he's from South Park, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Also, that's the thing is just, I feel like, I think in my opinion, American Dad is a lot more funny, just because I feel like he at least is playing with like a conservative character, and it's not pure assassination, and they still have some really great episodes and stories.
Oh yeah, they
take
fucking
American Dad over Family Guy any day of the week.
Oh yeah, no, American Dad to me just has I just think the stories are a lot better. I mean, Family Guy, like Road to North Pole is great, but most of the other episodes are just kind of hit and miss for me.
Well, no, I mean they fucking destroy Muslim Islam and shit like that all the time on fucking goddamn.
What if I just come out here with
Family Guy.
sunglasses on and I'm holding a chicken?
Well, again, that episode was
exactly.
that episode was like in 2000, I think 1 or 2000, like after 9/11. This was before the whole Islamophobia phenomenon really took off. Really,
That is true. Wait, do they have new episodes out of Family Guy and American Dad?
On Hulu.
I know
Family
Guy.
Well, Netflix, they took off American Dad for some effing reason, and they and Family Guy doesn't have any of the latest seasons. Like,
Family Guy, they're taking off Netflix on Valentine's Day.
That sucks.
And there's only 8 seasons.
Yeah,
on Hulu, there's everything.
Yeah, there's only 8 seasons, but there's more seasons that they took off. Because I remember like Futurama. Is Futurama still on Netflix, or is that gone too?
Pretty sure it's on. I'll check.
Okay, because it's Futurama. They took out the first, the Fox seasons, and now only have the Comedy Central episodes.
Oh yeah, the whenever it came back, I remember that.
I know, which sucks because the first season had some really good episodes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Futurama's not on Netflix.
It is not on Netflix?
No.
Yeah, that's stupid. So yeah, that's kind of the reason why I'm not really on Netflix as much as I used to be.
Yeah,
I just watched Goodfellas on Netflix. That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh yeah, Goodfellas is great. Casino's good too.
Yeah,
Ricardo, you seen that?
He's AFK. He's away from keyboard right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, like Seth MacFarlane is anti-PC. He's even gone on like the Bill Maher show and talked about that shit, about how fucked up it is that people get super offended, and talks about like snowflakes and everything else.
Yeah,
but he's
I gotta
definitely
watch
liberal.
that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's on YouTube. But
yeah,
I mean, he's super liberal. Don't get me wrong. There's like no getting around that for sure.
What show did he say? What show did he say that on?
It was Bill Maher.
Real Time with Bill Maher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bill Maher's pretty funny. I mean, even though, it's kind of weird. It's like I like him and then I hate him sometimes. Like when he talks about politics, he gets really annoying and stuff. But when he basically rips into SJWs, it's really hilarious.
No, Bill Maher is annoying when he talks about Christianity.
Okay, I know he gets really mad at Donald Trump as well.
Oh, dude, like they had a guest over on their show recently on the Bill Maher show, and she was trying to give all these economic boosts and shit like that that's been going on under Trump credit to Obama. And they had a guest on there that was fucking her up the entire time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But his audience is definitely fucking like.
Oh, my favorite thing for Bill Maher was when like he ripped into the radical feminists. It was really hilarious. Like he literally, destroyed her. Yeah.
Yeah, even his.
I don't know if you guys went over it, but he had Ben Affleck on there.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, that was great.
Talking like about fucking Islam, like Ben Affleck fucking knows a fucking asshole from an elbow.
Bill, dude, Ben Affleck was juiced up as fuck on steroids when he went on during that time. That was when he was trying to promote what was that, Batman v Superman? That's how long ago that was, which wasn't that long ago, but like 2
years ago.
Fucking, dude, but nah, they had one of the fucking Four Horsemen on there that was just destroying his ass.
Yeah,
fuck yes. Sam Harris, he's like, so what? You're like an authority on like, he's like, well, yeah, I kind of am. He's like, I've written this many books about it, and I've done this. He's like, you know nothing of my work. You know what I'm saying? The whole time, Ben Affleck looks like a fucking moron the entire time that's going on.
Yes, has Sam Harris ever tried to like talk at universities? Like, has he been protesting yet or nah?
He's generally. Yeah, he's extremely left. He was a staunch Hillary supporter and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But
yeah, that's so much respect for that guy after the election.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Cope.
Oh yeah, I remember. Now I remember what you're saying. Yeah, because he basically, he essentially kind of virtue signaled for all the bullshit. Yeah,
Exactly, but at the same time, even Sam Harris sees the problem with the left, and he's talked about that on his podcast before. I mean, I enjoy what I mean.
yeah,
I'm an atheist, so like I watch that my damn self. But at the same time, yeah, I did lose some respect for the man. I also lost
yeah.
respect for him because he said he would never have a conversation with YouTubers like Sargon of Akkad and other anti-SJWs because he doesn't want to give them a platform. When I'm like, dude, you don't understand how aligned your fucking moralities are, but you don't want to
Well,
fucking talk to them because of the whole meme culture and shit like
yeah.
that. I'm like, dude.
I'm not sure if I'm not sure you've seen it, but yeah, like I saw Black Pigeon Speaks videos on atheism, which are pretty funny. Like he basically rips into the Amazing Atheist and other, very elitist atheists who are basically radical with their beliefs.
Oh yeah,
Have
the
you guys,
amazing atheist is a fucking moron.
Yeah, I can't stand the
have you guys
Amazing
seen
Atheist.
Jordan Peterson talk about how atheism is like the lowest IQ like religion, basically? Like you have to
I
be
have
kind
not
of an
seen it.
idiot to be an atheist.
I have to check it out.
I
and
don't
stuff.
know. You might be taking him out of context a little there.
Well, I have to watch the video and stuff to see. But
I'm just saying my opinion on it, but that's what I got out of it,
Oh,
Because the
was
thing
that on
is,
Joe Rogan?
No, he
thing
was just
is,
talking
like,
about it like on one of his classes.
he was
One of
he
his
was
lectures.
going over that this week, where it's like, you guys got to watch him with Ben Shapiro on the Rubin Report, but he's like, yeah, you could be an atheist, but you still like have Christian values.
well,
Like,
yeah, the thing.
if you're gonna sit there and try to tell me that you don't have any Christian values as an atheist, then you're a fucking idiot. That's pretty much what he was getting at.
Well, the thing about
I think I
atheists
watched
is-
a different video.
Yeah, that might have been, but like I guess the thing about atheism is that a lot of them try to basically say that that they're not radical and stuff, but even though they converted to like they basically become atheists, they still hold on to a lot of the radical and very zealous, aspect that basically you'll see in a religious person,
I
Which-
disagree with that, but that's only because I'm an atheist. But like,
Well, I mean,
technically,
look at the
I don't
amazing.
even
I mean, just look
claim
at the
that.
amazing atheist. He has the same. He's just as zealous with his, atheism as you would see a religious
Wait,
extremist.
Gual, I thought we
Oh,
talked
yeah.
about this. I thought you said you're agnostic.
Well, I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong.
that's
I will
that's
admit
agnostic.
I will admit that there is a possibility of a God, but it's like such a small possibility, like it's not even a speck on my radar, really.
I'm in the
hey,
Christopher Hitchens group, man. I'm like anti-theist, but
Hey,
I'm
J-
not
hey,
really
Jesus,
anti.
hey, you
But-
two, Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior.
Yeah. But no, I was brought up in a Southern Baptist church, so it is very hard to say that me not having. I mean, it's ridiculous to say that being brought up as a kid in that environment did not have any type of impact on how I
Well,
developed as an adult. Like that's totally true.
That's
But at the same time-
I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is that people tend to there are atheists that have this idea that because they converted away, they don't have that extreme edge to them, which it just doesn't go away. You can rename it, but the edge is still there. You know what I mean? It's like it's the same thing with like say feminism and stuff, where people can convert to it and still have their issues that they had before they converted.
Well, that's something I think that
tell us
Jordan Peterson was
convert.
hitting on. Yeah, like
What I mean?
basically,
That's about my terminology is converting or going to going
Yeah,
to the
but
other
I
side.
mean-
You know what I mean?
Yes, but okay, the whole deal with the saying that atheism is in itself a religion, or like to say scientist or whatever, science is now a school of religion or whatever. That's really bad science. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me
Well-
wrong. There's retards like Bill Nye and stuff like that. Who's
Well, I
like,
mean, look-
he tries to take a position of authority whenever he talks.
Well,
and
it's
he's not
just a
even real fucking
collective of
science.
like-minded people that
Yeah,
all have the
but,
same
I mean-
beliefs. So if everybody
Yeah.
believes something that may or may not be provable, then essentially it's a fucking religion,
But here-
right?
but
If you
here's the
just
thing
look
is,
at
look-
the definition of it.
But the thing
No, I
is, there are other atheists who have complained
Like,
that they
yo,
feel like
if
atheism
you-
became a religion of science.
Yeah, but if all of us believe that there's a fucking flying spaghetti monster and we all hold that belief. Is that essentially
I mean, that would technically
not
be a religion,
comparable?
though. Yeah.
Ricardo and Gwalt, I sent the link that I was talking about in the He-Man Woman Haters group.
Oh, word.
Okay.
Should we
But-
add Polo
King
to,
Billy, I sent it to you. I sent it.
Direct message.
do we want to play this on the
Okay.
chat here?
Oh, we can watch
go
it
for
later.
It's only like 10 minutes if you want.
It's 5 minutes and 43 seconds.
Oh, yeah, even shorter.
I could stream it, or does it matter if somebody who's hosting streams it?
Well, you send me the link though. I mean, I guess I could probably do it.
Yeah, I sent it to you on DM on Twitter.
Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. Yes, looks like it's loading, or it hasn't shown up on the DM.
We just added you to our shitlords chat too,
What?
Polo.
Oh,
So-
okay, cool.
So is it Polo or Super now?
I changed it to Super because I'm selling all my Polo.
Okay.
Oh, word. Why are you selling your polo?
I've been wearing Polo probably for like, I don't know.
Okay.
Let's see, 2000, a couple, like 3 or 4 years now, and I want to change my life and become a minimalist and sell all my belongings. I have way too much, dude. I have thousands of dollars worth of Ralph Lauren Polo,
Oh, wow.
so I need to sell it all.
Okay, so I got the video up.
Let's see here.
You guys there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
So okay, so here's the video. Oh wait. Oh yeah. Let me lock the screen. Sorry about the weird effect right there.
Is the audio going to play on Google or do I have to go on YouTube?
I think the audio should play. You'll hear it.
Yeah, it should play here.
Crime and Punishment. He has his main character, Raskolnikov, decides that he's going to commit a murder, and he has very good justification for murder. He is very good at this. He puts his character in a very, very difficult moral situation. The full justification for the pursuing the pathway that they're pursuing. And so Raskolnikov, he's broke and starving. He wants the law school. This is roughly speaking, by marrying a guy that hates her, that she hates, and he has contempt for her, at least acts in that manner. He's trying to rescue mother as well, who's also in dire financial straits. He goes to a pawnbroker to pawn his meager position so that he can continue to scrape by. She has this niece, I believe it's her niece, that's not very bright, who she basically treats as a slave and is horrible to. And so the pawnbroker has this money. Raskolnikov is in dire need. He thinks, look, I'll just kill her, because why the hell not? I'll take her money. She's not doing any good with it anyways. I'll free her niece, who's just lurking as a slave. She's got all these other people tangled up in her pawnbroker schemes. All that'll happen is the world will be a better place. And the only thing that's holding me back is conventional moral cowardice. And, you know, Dostoevsky has his character in Crime and Punishment go through days, hours and days and weeks of intense imagination about this, rationalization about this, trying to justify himself, placing himself outside the law so that he can perpetrate this act, and telling himself with all the best nihilistic arguments that the only possible thing that could be holding him back is an arbitrary sense of indoctrinated morality. And so Dostoevsky explores that. He does commit the murder, and then, of course, all hell breaks loose because things don't necessarily turn out the way that you want. He gets away with it, however. Well, he gets away with it technically because no one knows he did it. But he doesn't get away with it in relationship to his own conscience. And so the rest of the book explores that. Well, Dostoevsky, I believe it was in Crime and Punishment, although he makes the same point in many of his books, he makes a very fundamental point. And this is the kind of point that I think that people who haven't investigated these matters down this particular particular literary and philosophical pathway never grapple with. Dostoevsky said straightforwardly, if there's no God, so if there's no higher value, let's say, if there's no transcendent value, then you can do whatever you want. And that's the question that he's investigating. And you see, this is why I have such frustration, say, with people like Sam Harris, the sort of radical atheists, because they seem to think that once human beings abandon their grounding in the transcendent, that the plausible way forward is with a kind of purist rationality that automatically attributes to other people equivalent value. It's like, I just don't understand that. They believe that that's the rational pathway. What the hell is irrational about me getting exactly what I want from every one of you whenever I want it and every possible second? Why is that not irrational? How possibly that more irrational? So we can,
Ricardo, mute yourself for a second.
I don't understand.
I was about to say.
I mean, it's as if
Some of
the
those dogs going ape shit.
empathic tendency is irrational. There's nothing irrational about it. It's pure naked self-interest. How is that irrational? I don't understand that. Where's the pathway from rationality to an egalitarian virtue? Why the hell not every man for himself and the devil take the hindmost? It's a perfectly coherent philosophy. And it's actually one that you can institute in the world with a fair bit of material success if you want to do it. So I don't see, to me, I think that the universe that people like Dawkins and Harris inhabit is so intensely conditioned by mythological presuppositions that they take for granted the ethic that emerges out of that as if it's just a given, a rational given. And this, of course, precisely not Nietzsche's observation as well as Dostoevsky's. That's Nietzsche's observation. You don't get it. The ethic that you think is normative is a consequence of its nesting inside this tremendously lengthy history, much of which was expressed in mythological formulation. You wipe that out. You don't get to keep all the presuppositions and just assume that they're rationally axiomatic. The rational, to make a rational argument, you have to start with an initial proposition. Well, the proposition that underlies Western culture is that there's a transcendent morality. Now, you could say that's a transcendent morality instantiated in the figure of God. That's fine. You could even call that a personification of the morality. If you don't want to move into a metaphysical space, I'm not arguing for the existence of God. I'm arguing that the ethic that drives our culture is predicated on the idea of God, and that you can't just take that idea away and expect the thing to remain intact mid-air without any foundational support.
Okay, so basically, what I can tell from that clip is essentially he's saying is that it seems like atheists wanted it both ways, which you can't really get it both ways.
Yeah, pretty much. I actually don't think. I don't think.
It's the whole like, it's like how feminists want it both ways. They want a non-gender role society, but they still want the benefits of a gender role. Whereas in this instance, he's saying that basically, if you get rid of religion, you still get all of the morality that you get from, so like the religions that we got from.
It was basically what I just said before we played the video. If you're gonna be like we have no morality from religion, like as an atheist.
Well, I mean, when you look at it,
insane. Where does morality come from? Then like why aren't we raping?
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody? Because when you compare, like, say, pre-Christian, let's compare. Like, say, the pre-Christian ancient world, like Roman
just compare
very different
the
morality
West to the Congo or
whatever,
and then, African,
or like look at or look at counterculture right now. I mean, look at all the crazy, insanity that's been going on right now. And a lot of these groups are non-religious groups and stuff, or alternative religious groups with the whole New Age stuff, which is basically like, a book selling scam.
Yeah, but like all of Western civilization is based off of Christianity or Judeo-Christianity.
Oh yeah, it's heavily influenced.
But like, if you look at like I just said, like the Congo, right? Those people over there are raping and chopping people's hands off without any fucking remorse. Like, because they
or South Africa,
they need fucking Jesus in their lives,
Yeah.
Well, I would like to make a counter argument to that because even during like Christianity, its heyday, 1,000 years after that, you still had people raping and chopping people's hands off in the Western world. Don't get me wrong.
But that was still a
Christians
taboo. That's still
actually-
considered a mortal sin.
Oh no! It wasn't back then. Like if you get caught stealing shit like that, that shit just fucking happened. But what happened in Christianity, and one of the reasons why the Western world, I think, is well, there's a couple reasons why the Western world did way better than like any other version of the world when it comes to ideology and stuff like that. Is they also had their Renaissance. They had their like awakening period and whatnot.
Yeah.
And which was very good in culture. It was very good in exploration. It was very good in a lot of things.
A lot of people have been denying the fact that Christianity did play an influence on the Renaissance and the sciences. Like, there are a lot.
Well, yes and no. Like, I think Christianity did play a big role in the Western world hugely because I mean, look, you had like your Protestants and you had your Catholics, right? And that was 100%. Even the Protestant Reformation, if you took world history or whatever, and you know what I'm saying, you can go through that and say, yes, that was very much religious motivated, and it was a huge success for the Western culture. But at the same time, like our society definitely did benefit from having a Christian Judeo-religious undertone during its culture, for sure. But at the same time, I don't know, to say that atheists are practicing their own religion is foolhardy.
Wait, to say what?
Because that's not to say that atheism itself is its own religion is not true.
I
guess he was kind of referring to radical atheists.
Yeah, when people call a religion, they're not saying like it's a belief. They're not saying like it's an actual religion. They're talking about how they're acting and stuff, how they act.
They're talking about that you have to have more faith. You have to have more faith to be an atheist than you do to actually believe in God.
I disagree, but please tell me why you think that. I mean, and I'm not trying to turn this into a debate or anything, but I'm just interested.
No, yeah. Personally, I've had too many experiences that involve the spiritual realm. So whether you know, I don't know if this thing that we call God in the Bible, I don't know if that's really what is out there. Like maybe it's aliens, maybe it's something else. You know what I'm saying? I believe in the Bible, but I think that it's a possibility that that it's not exactly what it says that's going on out in the spiritual realm. But my point is that I feel like there's too many things in this world that are spiritual, and like we're spiritual beings as people, that it makes no sense to believe that there's nothing when you die or there's nothing else after this.
Well, when you look at it, I mean, there's plenty of evidence to suggest that ghosts exist, and even demons kind of, you know, they're kind of a thing too. Like a lot of people have said they've had exorcisms and stuff where they say this shit is definitely real and stuff, you know.
Yeah, that's another thing I wanted to say earlier is I've seen so much evil that I can't not believe in God. Like evil is proof of God.
I disagree, but
we're getting way out in left field here, guys.
We are, but allow me to finish my point, please.
Yeah,
let's bring it back in after this.
So time out. Like, I have not seen any evidence whatsoever for spirits, demons, anything like that. I've never seen it. Don't get me wrong.
That's because you're an atheist. God doesn't have to prove. The devil doesn't have to prove anything to you. You're already on the right track.
No. Yes, but
we got somebody in the chat that thinks we're fucking insane. Well, thinks insane.
I'm starting to think you guys are insane, but no. So no. I was a Christian for Jesus until I was in 2021, something like that, 22. But no. So not maybe my early 20s, yeah, for sure. But no. Like even during that time,
and then you
did not even see. Never saw a ghost.
And then you start watching porn.
No, dude. I was watching porn at like fucking age 7 or 9 or some shit. Like,
Walt wishes there were monster girls. So if there was demons out there, he'd be fucking loving that shit.
For sure. You let a succubus come. Let a succubus come to my fucking house. I would trap her ass, son. It would be mine. But no,
Again,
no.
yeah, demons don't work like High School DxD and Monster Girls and stuff. That's not how that.
Of course
that's
not.
you.
That was a joke. But,
I know, yeah.
But no. Like, really and truly, when it comes to when it comes to a debate on whether there is or isn't a God, it's a circular argument that has no ending because I can't
Well,
prove a
yeah.
negative and you can't prove it to me. Like, I
Yeah, I
can't
think we
prove
can
that
all.
God doesn't exist and you can't prove to me that He does because
Yeah,
it
I
is
think.
a matter of faith, I
No,
Okay.
suppose.
Well, just to close. Well, I mean, just to close off this argument, so we don't get stuck in this for too long and stuff. I guess my thing is just that yeah, I don't have a I never have a problem with atheists. The only time I have a problem is when they just get radical with it because it just comes off as kind of being, it's like, kind of like with how SJWs talk about how like they're anti-racist, but then they say racist stuff. It kind of gets like it's just really like hilarious at times just because they claim to be better than that. That's just
Well,
the
look
only
at the
time.
source. Well, look at the source of where that crazy is fucking coming from. Because when the people I'm assuming you're talking about are like far left progressive retards,
Well, yeah, that's what my
right?
point is.
Those are the ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look at what fucking indoctrinated shit they're already in. So of course,
Well, yeah.
anything that they can find that is fucking
Well, that's just my
counter
point. Is
to whatever they're.
but that's just my
they're
point.
gonna
Is
go that way.
if someone claims to be intelligent, when they say something stupid, I am going to basically come after them and ridicule them and stuff for it.
Oh yeah. Well,
So,
I mean,
yeah,
I'm.
trying it. That's it. I guess my one. Like I said, I just feel like the one problem I've seen with a few atheists, obviously not all of them, is just when someone criticizes an atheist or comes after them for saying something stupid, they all tend to a lot of them tend to take offense to that and just kind of pile on. Because it's like yeah.
I'm just gonna end all this with radical atheists and radical Christians are both fucking retarded, and
just say
everybody in the middle is just cool. So
you say radical atheists and radical religious people.
Yeah, anybody that's an extremist is just not cool. Fuck them.
But okay, so I guess back on just to go back on subject, since we did kind of go off talking a bit because we got
I'll be right. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go fix my plate real quick, and I'll be right back. My cousin just came over. I'll be right back in say 3 minutes.
How are you, buddy?
Sorry, little girl just said, "Hey."
Okay. But just remember to mute yourself. There you go. Yeah. So I guess just to go back on subject is so when people were talking to me about like how like G. Willow Wilson is apparently married, I was like, yeah, no. She doesn't really count because she's kind of, she's got issues herself.
Who, sorry?
Wait, what?
G. Willow Wilson?
Yeah, so I sent out a tweet saying they should get more married women into comic books, and people mentioned G. Willow Wilson.
Yeah, sorry. Fuck, we're going way back here.
Yeah. And so basically, yes, she's got her own issues, because she's also basically a social justice warrior in Marvel Comics.
Well, they just need people that honestly are just normal, in any regard.
Well, G. Willow Wilson pisses me off mainly due to the fact that
she's married, but she probably doesn't have kids though, too, right?
I have no idea. All I know is, apparently she used to be an atheist and converted to Islam, which is laughable as shit, basically. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out who the fuck you're talking about. What does she work on?
She wrote Miss Marvel. That's her thing. She made Miss Marvel Muslim.
So she's a white woman.
She's a white woman who converted to Islam, who's an ex-atheist. And yeah. She has her own book out. This I think it's called The Butterfly Mosque, which is basically her conversion to Islam. But you know that, right, Walt?
Who is this?
G. Willow Wilson. She's like an ex-atheist who converted to Islam.
Yeah, she's a moron.
Yeah.
Conversion to Islam. I'll just do a little screen share for the audience.
I just want to point out that it's fucking hilarious that I got attacked for saying one thing in the comments, and that just proves my point that God's real. So that guy can keep calling me retarded.
So someone called you retarded.
Didn't mean something.
Who's saying that
in the live chat?
Oh, the live chat? Nah, man, don't pick on people. That's some bullshit.
Who says
feminism is canon?
Oh no, the live chat, Walt.
Whoever the
Oh,
fuck.
I say, Venomous gonna do with the upside down cross is a dumb fuck who
That is fucking ridiculous. I can't even see the live chat. I don't even have like YouTube on
I
because
don't know
I'm
who that.
downloading like.
I think that's like. I don't think that's an invited guest, really. Actually, because I don't. I remember
I could
mentioning him on
probably-
Facebook.
Nah, man, I invited a lot of people.
Oh,
I
okay.
invited a bunch of people to watch the
You
stream.
know what I can
Okay.
do? I can fucking share the application, so.
That's
Share
hilarious.
what? This is.
You
funny.
guys can't hear me chewing, can you?
Not too much.
Okay, sorry. I'll like get my mic further away from my face. But y'all keep talking. No, G. Will Wilson is a
Oh,
fucking
I'm gonna
moron. She's a
dox
fake
my
Muslim,
fucking other
and
Well,
she's
yeah.
goddamn playing the whole
Well, see,
oppression Olympics.
well, the thing about G. Will Wilson, the thing that pisses me off about G. Will Wilson is that she basically, and she took a very, very serious issue about migrant rape crises that have been happening all over Europe, and tried to spin it in basically an anti-white male, twist it, which is
Dude,
basically total bullshit.
Yeah, that's
fuck, she
100%
hasn't blocked me yet.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
you
not
aren't
blocked by a
blocked.
lot of people because
Actually, I'm not
I've
blocked
got
by
like
her
a new
either, yeah.
account.
Yeah, I'm actually not blocked by her too, even though I tweeted directly to her at one point.
Nice fucking hijab, though, eh?
What?
So she has a nice
No, that's-
hijab.
Look, the
Yeah.
rape crisis that's going on in a lot of the EU and shit like that is a real fucking thing. When your rape stats are as high as in like fucking Africa, there's a problem. And this actually goes back to what we were saying at the beginning, talking about like Black Pigeon Speaks in Japan and stuff. Like
Bruh,
a lot of the Western world, especially in the EU, has just succumbed to this shit.
check
They're
my
becoming more and more. What's up?
check my screen share.
What is it? Oh, those. Yeah, I saw those like a weeks ago. Yeah, it's like it's their new way of combating like sexual assault in Germany. It's like insane. It's basically like a chastity belt, but disguised as like sports pants.
What the fuck? I don't think that's going to stop a rapist. I hate to tell you.
Yeah, I'm not.
Just
Yeah,
beach it till he gets the combo. I don't know. Imagine you gotta
I
take
don't
a
know.
shit and you forgot the combo.
Oh yeah, you know those fucking plastic locks don't work that well anyway. To
yeah.
be honest,
I know.
yeah, I mean you could just rip
insane.
that the fuck off.
Yeah, it's like insane. Like, how do people think this is effing normal stuff? It's like just retarded.
So yeah, so instead of not raping people like normal people in the Western world, we're gonna come up with anti-rape pants. That is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, because I think they finally proven that teaching them not to rape is a bullshit idea that would never work.
Oh yeah.
Well, they had those fucking don't rape pamphlets and shit too. They're handing out. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh dude,
yeah,
I've got a
no.
great meme
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah, again, handing out handing out a "Don't Be Gay" pamphlet is not going to basically stop people from being gay and stuff. I don't think it's going to work when it
Pretty
comes to
much
rape
Europe
either.
is just one giant meme at this point.
Oh yeah, it is a meme. I mean, literally, look at Sweden. Like, Sweden is like one of the most gender equality countries, and it's like has one of the highest amounts of rape in the Western world. I mean, they've proven that like basically like when you start taking away guns, like crime gets even worse actually when people are disarmed. Like
Oh, yeah.
they've
I don't
said
know.
that
Canada's pretty fucking safe, man.
you guys have your own kind of problems too.
Oh, I'm not saying we don't. Jesus fucking Christ.
But I mean, don't you have? I mean, it's weird you guys haven't gotten terrorism yet because like Europe has been getting shot up like crazy, and they have.
Thing is, like, people just can't fucking migrate on foot to Canada.
Yeah, that's the
If
thing.
if we were attached to the fucking,
Well, you also have America, and we Americans are pretty. We don't come into Canada unless it's for business.
well, like all the Africans and everything, they could just walk right up to Sweden. Like,
Yeah.
nobody's stopping them.
Yeah. Well, I guess that is kind of true. I mean, how many people have you imported from these cultures anyway? Because it seems like you guys have a less small number of people.
Actually, we got tons of Sikh Indians. It's pretty cool, actually.
Well, Sikh Indians aren't really known for going around mass raping people.
Oh God, no, they're fucking pretty cool people, man.
Yeah. Well, not to mention they like Christians. Like Sikhs and Christians were like allies, I think, against the Muslims during the Islamic conquest hundreds of years ago. Yeah, that's just what I remember correctly. What were you saying? Super dark?
Oh, just to clarify, my Google Hangouts wasn't working after we started talking about or after Ricardo said somebody in the chat was going crazy. So I like went to YouTube to see what was going on, and I wasn't on the call for a couple minutes. And I wasn't saying you were attacking me. I was saying the guy in the chat was.
Oh, word. Well, no, I generally don't attack people, especially
I
my
know.
friends. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
what
I
I'm
just
saying?
wanted to clarify.
Oh, absolutely. No, I didn't think you were. Like, I was saying, whoever was in chat, like, come on now, let's not do this. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, anytime if somebody ever wants to debate,
Oh,
like, have
God.
a religious debate with me or some shit like that, I'm down any time of the day.
Yeah, he
But,
wasn't. He
we
wasn't
get-
debating though. He was just trying to shut it down.
Yeah, you're gonna be getting fucking trolled in the chat.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
we're,
that's what the trolls do.
yeah, we're
And God bless the trolls for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love trolls. But
yeah, I guess the thing is that, so back on the subject of, I guess, G. Will Wilson, is just that, yeah, basically, taking a very serious issue such as migrant rape that's happening all across Europe and trying to spin it for our own agenda is just disgusting. I mean, that's like basically, again, that would be like me trying to take, like, say, like all the pedophile issues that, like, say, the Catholic Church has had it, and I'm going to spin it to blame it on someone else and stuff. That would be just disgusting and stuff, because that's literally instant silencing victims of these crimes and stuff because it doesn't fit your agenda.
No, but like I'm reading some of G. Willow Wilson's tweets. She's like fucking red pilled or something.
Wait, what?
I don't know. I still got my fucking screen share up. She's like she's calling out Obama and shit.
What? She get hacked or something?
Conservatives were right about executive overreach.
Really?
Conservatives were right.
Okay. Did she get hacked? Is there a hack sign?
I really don't know much about her. I'm just kind of getting a feel for her from her Twitter feed.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, I mean, when you take away the whole, like, radical Islamic side, Muslims, if, outside of the radicalism, would probably definitely vote conservative and vote for Republicans. They just really vote Democrat now because of the whole, Islamophobia hysteria.
Like, I got Muslim friends in fucking Ottawa. They're chill as fuck.
Yeah.
Well, they're kind of racist, but they're pretty cool for the most part.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, again, everyone's racist. That's the reality of the human world.
Well, they just don't like the Jews. But I guess.
Well, that's not racist. That's just being anti-Semitic. That's something else. Because Jews aren't a race, Muslims aren't a race, Christians aren't a race. So
yeah,
the whole racial equivalence of religion, I think, is really stupid.
But yeah, they're fucking chill people. Like my buddies don't go around raping people.
Well, I mean, there's that whole Amin of Peace. The guy in, I think, Australia. He's basically on several hit lists. Like, he basically, I think, would be killed in certain places if he was, like, walking around. You remember him? He like wears glasses. The Amin of Peace.
Yeah,
he's like the reformer.
Oh, the Imam.
The Imam. Yeah,
Aman. I thought I saw as Amin or something.
Imam.
Okay, Aman.
I'm saying a
Aman
meme.
I saw.
I'm like looking for a meme.
No, but sorry. Yeah, he's like Aman. Yeah, he's like his Twitter account is like the Aman of Peace, like Aman of Peace. Like,
yeah, Aman of Peace comes right up. I'm following him on Twitter.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. Like, he's been accused of being like racist or like Islamophobic and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, and people have like threatened to kill him. Like, he like basically quotes tweets all the time of people threatening him and calling him names, and he basically responds saying, "Have a lovely and beautiful day" and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen him with Gad Saad. He did an interview with him. Gad Saad's a Canadian.
Well, yeah, because he basically said, like, he had a speech at one point. I forgot where he was taking a speech, but he basically says, like, his family immigrated from, I think, Iran or whatever to go to a non-Muslim country because they hated being in a Muslim country and stuff. They didn't want Australia to be a Muslim country, basically. That's why we immigrated here to get away from all the extremism,
Yeah,
that's where I know him from. Is a lot of Australian YouTubers have done some very good work. Like videos from him, and like their actual schools are getting fucking radicalized and shit. But Islamic.
Yeah. But like, it's basically if he was to basically go into Iran or some country, he would have been executed because I think he worships. He's part of a sect of Islam that's considered radical by the two main sects. I think, yeah. Yeah. And then he also like did that
Sorry,
video
I had
where he
my
shows like a
mouth
book,
full.
an ISIS book. He also showed that video where he says like, you know, when he was in Australia, he could find like an ISIS book. Like it's a book that basically very radical like ISIS sympathizers use to like radicalize themselves and other people. Like he found it in like a bookstore, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, he found like corner stores selling fucking ISIS flags. You know what I'm saying in
Yeah.
Australia. And it was very disheartening for him to see like a country, a Western country, being fucking like taken in horrible cultural values that just don't line up. You know what I'm saying?
And it
Because
takes what 2 generations, and then everything is fucked.
hey, you know what? Hey, remember what your good old Justin Trudeau says: diversity enriches us all.
Yeah.
No,
I asked my
diversity is our
Muslim friend.
strength.
I asked my Muslim friend like what he thought about ISIS, and he was like, "What do you mean? What do I think about?" I'm like, "Well, I don't know. I don't know anything about it." And he's like, "Well, it's just like radical Christians." Da da da. I'm like, "Well, aren't they required to believe in Sharia law if you believe in the Quran?"
What, Muslims?
I don't know if you guys know what Sharia law is. I
Oh,
think
well, we
it's
know.
where they
Yeah, everyone knows
kill
what
Oh,
Sharia
yeah.
law is. Yeah, everyone knows that.
I definitely know what Sharia law is.
Well, I mean, my view of ISIS is basically ISIS is essentially like the Muslim equivalent of the KKK and stuff. You know, I mean, they're both supremacist. It's a supremacist group, and people don't treat it like it should be, but it technically should. Like you should view ISIS members the same you would view like a KKK or an actual Nazi and stuff because they're both supremacists.
Fucking
I thought that you
terrorist
had to believe in
organization.
Sharia law in order to believe in the Quran, but I don't know very much about it. So.
It depends on how people interpret it. I mean, like there is the difference between the Quran and I think the Bible is from what I can tell is the Quran is very more direct in what is okay and not okay. Like you can definitely interpret it like the way radical Islamists interpret the Quran. It's very easy to see how they do it. Whereas with some aspects of the Bible, it's kind of very vague. Like especially like the whole the Leviticus aspect where like you talk about homosexuality. I mean that is kind of vague where you can interpret it that way, but you can also interpret it not that way.
Well,
And stuff.
the
It's
thing
just
is, you could just take the stance like that Ben Shapiro does, where the guy's like straight up hardcore Jew, right? But he doesn't
well, yeah. I
care if
mean, you
somebody's
saw
gay.
well,
But
you saw a video about like how most Jews aren't gay. Or sorry, most Jews aren't devout. Like they aren't actual Jews. They just call themselves Jew for diversity.
no, but I'm talking like
Yeah.
Ben fucking Shapiro, the guy fucking
Oh yeah,
prays
he's
whatever, and
oh yeah,
he's
he's
like
yeah,
devout.
he's
But he
devout. He's
could
not.
go on like the Dave Rubin show and have a conversation with the guy. He
Well,
doesn't
yeah.
care, you know. So it's not like it's like kind of live and let live. But in the same token, he isn't gonna like if he's not gonna have
Yeah,
a fucking
he's
gay
not
guy
gonna.
getting married in his synagogue because that's
Well, yeah, I
against
mean,
his religion, right?
Ben
So
Shapiro's not going to throw him off a building and stuff.
yeah.
For me, it's yeah, but that's just the thing is, it's just that so basically a lot of people just don't really talk about it, but it just seems like with Islam is in the Quran there isn't really like say a New Testament kind of like with the Bible where it can where like it just feels like the Quran is just a little more it just seems like it's more directly speaking to Muslims as a collective, whereas it just seems like whereas Christianity it kind of speaks a little more to the individual and stuff in my how I've like just at least how I've read about it and stuff, whereas the Quran kind of speaks to most of the sins, like most of the sins in Islam kind of have to do with the not basically what's the word fighting for the religion of Islam. It's not, it doesn't really talk about you as an individual. It talks about what are you going to do for the collective. So Islam is a very collectivist religion, which is kind of probably why a lot of SJWs are gravitate towards it because it does have a very collectivist, aspect to it, which Marxists love, since they're radical collectivists as well.
There's so much I want to say, but I can't stop eating this deer meat. I'm sorry. I keep filling my face. I mean, I've got a lot to add. So
but
not
I mean,
only to like Sharia law and shit like that.
But you'd agree with that analysis of like Islam, well, right?
Yes and no, for a couple reasons. You still have, excuse me, sorry about that. You still have, try not to choke. You still have collectives and stuff like that that are very in group or whatnot. when it comes to Christianity, I mean, we have subsects in our country right now, like Mormons, stuff like that. And even, well, and even if you look at very inclusive groups like that, evangelicals is a great example for going pure Christian, you know what I'm saying? Or one of their subsects.
Wait.
Excuse me, damn.
Okay.
But no, like, but at the same time, it really stems back to, like, the Christian Renaissance. You know what I'm saying? Like, Christianity has evolved so much as a religion that it doesn't, I mean, look at back in, like, colonial days, like the Salem witch trials and crazy shit like that. Have you ever read the journal of the judge of the Salem witch? God damn it, I can't remember his fucking name. Look that up. I read that in, like, English 1 or English 220 something in college. It was one of the last college courses I took.
Yeah.
Really interesting stuff. Like, some of the claims that the people were making are ridiculous. Like, apparently somebody died and then came back to life or some shit like that. Or but you can definitely look behind the actual socioeconomic reasons why some of this shit was going on. Like, it was hard. It was very easy to see in between the lines.
Well, people.
Now the problem is, exactly. Well, now the problem with a lot of, like, heavy Islamic countries and stuff like that, they're still stuck in, like, that time frame, except for the rest of the world has evolved. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially, I mean, don't get me wrong, weapons, guns, shit like that, they have that.
Well,
but
I mean,
their religion itself seems like it's like fucking still 1,000 years in the past.
Yeah, I mean, well, have you read the Quran?
Bits and pieces. There's actually 3 holy books of the Muslims that you should read.
Yeah,
but
like, I guess what I was saying is that, like, from the interpretations, it's basically like, it just seems like the Quran, it is pretty easy to interpret it the way, like, how basically, you know, ISIS members interpret how they interpret Islam. It seems like it's kind of easy to interpret it in a radical way, given some of the verses.
Oh yeah, very much so. But
I mean, with the Salem witch trials, I mean, how I interpret, like, with Salem witch trials, I mean, I always feel like that's a good lesson in general for the whole, you know, mass accusations of people, you know, like, you know, hence why they call, like, Me Too a witch hunt and stuff.
It is a witch hunt, but it's a very good lesson in fanaticism. Anytime you become fanatical about anything,
that's what I do. See, I think my biggest problem with history is people look at history with an agenda where it's set to reaffirm their own opinions and stuff, which damages people wanting to learn more about it. You know what I mean? Because they feel like, oh, I'm not going to learn history because I'm just going to be attacked as a person and stuff. You know what I mean?
Well,
so people forget, you know.
Well, that's actually one of the problems with, like, the feminist movement and shit like that, is they're trying to rewrite history. Which is no good.
They're trying to use history for their agenda, Like, they say, like, okay, like, say, like, well, like, let's take like one of the few female scientists. When people talk about one of the few female scientists, feminists are surely going to use that to push gender politics. We're not going to talk about the fact that she's just a scientist or her achievements. We're just going to look at the fact that she's a woman.
Correct. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure, especially if she's got extreme high prestige or whatnot in whatever community she is. I forgot her name. The woman who worked with Saturn. She knows more about Saturn than, like, any other fucking scientist on the planet. But I mean, she worked to get there. You know what I'm saying? Her grades were, I mean, not necessarily grades, but her intelligence level was there to be in that field.
TFM. Yep, TFM is probably going to make a video about how it's all bullshit and stuff. People worship.
What's that?
Oh,
no, not at all.
I was making a TFM joke, sorry, because, you know, TFM, you know, he loves to break all those, you know, those, like, feminist facts and stuff.
Oh yeah, exactly. But no, I'm not saying she's a feminist. I don't know if she's a feminist or not. I
assume that was a joke.
She got there on merit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing about with TFM is that he's kind of like, you know, TFM, like, for me, compared to a lot of other people I've watched,
TFM?
like Turd Flinging Monkey and stuff, he kind of he goes a little bit, you know, I guess you could say above and beyond.
Guy.
He's a MGTOW guy, yeah.
I will link you some videos you have got to watch, Polo. Some really good ones. Like, TFM is full of, like, some really nuts and bolts good info.
Don't let your old lady see you watching them, though.
No, watch it with her. watch them with her and just
Oh,
yeah, no,
and
like
then
it's,
videotape the look
yeah.
on her face. Like
Yeah,
that
no, he like.
bastard.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with like MGTOW, Super Dark.
Yeah, men going their own way.
Yeah, so basically, so how TFM kind of interprets MGTOW, he's basically talking about how in order to fix society, we basically have to take away like, women's rights, as he puts it, It's pretty like, he can you could call
How's
him
that?
radical. Oh, because of the whole, what was it? Like the whole welfare state, how women are supporting welfare, the whole gynocentrism and, affirmative action to get women into these fields when they're not qualified and, all that stuff. He does a huge series of videos on his opinions. So you can kind of interpret him as being a bit radical. And, he's definitely going to piss off like literally every feminist out there because he literally believes that feminism as a whole was a terrible idea.
He's an advocate of sex robots. He's definitely my type of guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just that's the one thing I disagree with him on. I disagree with them on basically just giving up on marriage and the whole sex doll thing because I just can't do that. It's like because I would rather have a real woman over like a sex doll.
No, I want one of each, man. What the hell? I'm a collector.
I just I couldn't do a sex doll. That just would that would just be a turn off.
Fucking too much work cleaning those goddamn sex dolls.
Well, you just wear a condom,
agree, dude.
Well, you just wear a condom and stuff.
No, hell no. Why wear a condom? You're not going to get a fucking STD from your sex doll or get her pregnant. Jesus.
got
That'd be
removable
great.
Yeah, but it makes it
places,
so
man.
it's dirty. It makes it so it's not dirty.
That's hilarious.
But like that's the point is. It's just that my whole point is that those were some of the things I disagree with them on. But he does bring up some very interesting arguments. It's just again how I interpret things is that one of the reasons why these reset when it comes to gender, because normally egalitarianism has been around in history before. It's just it always reverts back to patriarchy, and one of the reasons why it hasn't is due to our technological advancements and all of the information. But looking at Europe, just in all of this censorship going online, it looks like it might still reset again because people are willfully allowing, a patriarchal society from the Middle East to take over.
Yeah, exactly right. And I think when you mentioned Black Pigeon Speaks, I saw a couple of his videos that were very enlightening on that. And what he said makes very much sense. And it goes along with, as a society gets more and more gynocentric, we're watching this in fucking real time right now. You see the hordes of the patriarchal society being like the mass immigration and shit coming that way, just rolling over. You know what I'm saying? Just destroying fucking motherfuckers.
What a fucking bunch of bullshit that is. They have like a feminist society and then they're importing another culture that's completely contradictory to what they.
Well, here's the thing. Here's actually the interesting thing is the TFM talks about it when it comes to female morality, because see, they say is that men and women have kind of a separate type of morality on average. Well, men have justice-based morality and women have care-based morality, which is basically empathy or emotional morality, where they showed that in a study when they were studying men and women's brains is when they showed a criminal convict who was being punished for his crime and stuff, when he was being punished, the women on average felt empathy and sympathy come out, like parts of their brain activate and stuff when they were seeing it, whereas the men had the more, what's the word? Justice or like feeling happy or whatever, feeling satisfied at seeing someone brought to justice and stuff. So again, it's like that's the thing is that when you look at Sweden with its heavily feminine society, they basically, regardless when the rapes happen, they still feel sorry. Like there's that woman who basically her daughter got raped by that migrant. She was like 12 years old, and her like mother didn't report on it because she was worried that he was going to get deported. Yeah, this was like Germany or Sweden. It's like ridiculous. But again, that's what a feminine morality based nation looks like, where basically someone could commit a crime and they're worried about this perpetrator's, what's going to happen to him.
There's a really interesting book you should read called Sex and God, what was it? Sex and Civilization. That's the name of it. Sex and Civilization. And
is it a
have you heard
recent
of this book?
Is it a recent book?
It's relatively recent.
No,
It's not like
actually, sorry, I was mixing it up with the Feminist Lie because I know TFM, I think, had that author on his show.
Oh, I haven't read that one, but I mean, this is an older book, but basically it documents like every civilization, basically, as soon as it went through a sexual revolution, as soon as women got more and more sexually liberated, it was like the closer and closer to the end of that particular civilization. And this has reoccurred so many times, like
that's
every fucking time.
That's kind of based upon Oswald Spengler's civilization theory on how civilization has a spring, summer, and winter period, like fall and winter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very much so.
But I mean,
as a matter of fact, I think that's actually mentioned in the book. But damn, no, like in every culture, in every civilization that they've gone through, like more and more sexual liberation. Liberalization. That's ridiculous. No.
Yeah.
But liberated as the more and more sexually liberated that the females were in the society, like it was the closer and closer doomed to that particular society. And what had happened was,
wait, hold on. How does that
correct.
make any sense? But when all the Muslim women are so repressed and they don't have any rights, but their country's going to shit.
Well,
yes,
that's mainly,
but their civilization is not. Their civilization is
their cultures
going
is
great.
Their civilization is taking over the goddamn world.
Well, I mean, well, it's not civilization; it's culture. There's a little difference. Again, the thing about the thing about what's happening in Muslim countries is right now they're basically going through. They're going through a radical. Yeah, they're going through. Well, it's kind of like how basically
purge.
In the beginning. Well, I mean, look at it this way. In the beginning of Western civilization, like let's say thousands of years ago, during the BC era, there were tons of cultures, tribes all throughout Europe. The Greeks had several kingdoms. The Romans had their own tribes. The Celts and Germans.
Yep.
Then, as we went along for 1,000 years, they were basically different empires were wiping each other out, wiping civilizations off the face of the earth. And then Rome came in, and they basically became the standard for the antiquated world after Greece. And then when they fell, basically the Germans took over and stuff, with their tribes. So that's basically kind of how civilization as a whole has been going on, where you basically have all these different cultures wiping each other out.
Well, even before then.
Yeah.
Exactly. Even before then, do you wonder why constellations of stars have Greek names, but like
I mean, that's
singular stars have Arabic names?
Yeah,
because I mean, there used to be a very big what we would call a scientific community in the Arab world, but what happened was like very patriarchal religious zealots came by and was like, "Yep, fuck you and fuck that," and they just killed everybody and took it over. And they didn't have a scientific revolution like the Western world in Greece and whatnot did with astronomy and whatnot.
Well, here's what.
But didn't calculus come out of the Middle East? If I'm not mistaken, I read that somewhere.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. But we also, you also have to remember. See, Iran back in the '60s did not look like what it is today. Like it was not a religious, a very, very religiously Islamic society and stuff. Like it was a little more secular than
much so
than what it is today. Like and same thing with Afghanistan. It was not. It's only very recent. One of the reasons why it's like that is because in Afghanistan we funded the jihadis because they were fighting the Soviets because we were still stuck in the Cold War. So it's one of those instances where we were so focused on the Soviets as our main enemy that we basically funded another enemy that was going to come back to bite us in the ass later. So that's just
the Middle East about calculus.
Yeah. The Middle East the issues with the Middle East mainly has to do with the fact is that we funded and our enemies funded a lot of groups that became extreme because they were calling themselves freedom fighters. Same thing in Africa. There's all these groups that were always calling themselves freedom fighters and fighting against authoritarianism, but they were also going around massacring women and children and innocent men as well.
Hold on, guys. I need to shut my door and lock myself in here. I got family over and cousins and shit. Can you guys hear that in the background?
Just a little bit. Not too bad.
I apologize.
Yeah, calculus came out of Egypt apparently.
When was this?
13th dynasty.
Wait, what?
It's on Wikipedia.
Oh, Egypt's not part of the Middle East. That's Africa, man.
Yeah, well, whatever.
That's Yeah.
That's Africa, North Africa and stuff. And Egypt also, if it's in the BC era, that is not completely different culture from Muslims. But anyway, joking aside, that's just the point is that what's going on in the Middle East, I would say, is partly to do with it has a lot to do with radical Islam, but it also has to do with the fact that they were funded by a lot of nations all throughout the world because the whole Cold War sentiments. in fighting off supposed, enemy dictatorships and all that stuff. Like we gave weapons to the Syrian rebels who basically helped fund ISIS.
I guess I just don't think they'll be successful.
Oh, what?
What'd you say?
Oh, what'd you say? Like, sorry, it says who's successful and then what?
Oh, no, you guys were just talking about how ISIS is taking over the world. I don't think they'll be successful at all.
I wouldn't say ISIS would take over the world. It's just Islamic culture in general could take over the world because it is a pretty fast-growing religion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it is the most fastest-growing religion actually currently. I know that Christianity in China apparently has been taking off actually. So China might become more Christian as years go by because
if you look at numbers
the Bible's
worldwide,
the number one best-selling book of all time.
Yeah, I think you're right. It is still because also like because interesting because Black Business Speaks did a video like about how like Western wise the Western world is becoming less religious, but the global world is in fact is becoming more religious.
Wait,
as
Ricardo,
in,
what were you gonna say?
Looking at worldwide demographics, Christianity apparently is 31% and Islam is 22%.
Yeah, that's
pretty close. Wow,
that's pretty big because there's over 1 billion Catholics.
Unaffiliated 16, Hinduism 15, Judaism 0.02.
Well, Judaism, yeah.
I'll pull that window over to my screen share so you can take a look.
Yeah, that makes sense actually because with Judaism, because if you look at it, a lot of people tend to hate Jews for some reason.
Well, Jews are trying to convert people. That's
Wait, what?
Thing. Jews don't try to convert people to Judaism.
I mean, I guess you're right. I guess you're right. Well, yeah, that.
You can convert, but they're not out there fucking banging on doors. Oh, have you heard of our Lord and Savior, fucking whoever?
Wait, first of all, I'm Catholic, so Catholics don't do that. And we're still a billion.
Yes, they do. You got the fucking
Jehovah's
Witnesses running around banging on doors.
That's not Catholics. That's a completely different sect of Christianity, man. Different church.
Whatever.
That's actually Mormonism. Mormonism is what you're thinking of.
Well, Jehovah's Witnesses do bang up. Jehovah's Witnesses do come to people's doors. That definitely is true, and Mormons do it too. It's funny enough. I actually had an encounter with Mormons here in Seattle because Seattle
making a fucking joke.
Oh no, I'm coming with the joke. This is funny. You gotta hear it. It's pretty funny. So unlike SJWs, Mormons at least will go into like the lion's den and stuff, as I like to call it, because it's Seattle for Christ's sakes. So basically, I ran into these two Mormon guys. I ran into these two Mormon guys and stuff who wanted to ask me some questions, and they asked me, "Do you know who Jesus Christ is?" And I literally had to keep myself from laughing and stuff because it's like, I'm an American-born man and stuff. Of course, I'm gonna know who Jesus Christ is. I thought that was just hilarious as shit.
But have you met him?
No, I think they were actually asking a question if do I know who Jesus Christ is? Which I thought was pretty funny. But
well, you're muted again.
Super Dark, you're muted. Is your mic okay?
Gwalt, you still with us?
I think he's doing something right now because he muted himself.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of kids running around his house. I don't know what's up with Gwalt, but he's also got people just popping in and out.
What? The chat?
No, of his house. He'll just be sitting there.
Oh, I think it's
somebody just walked in.
I think it's family members. I think he's just family members come in. Also it might also be he's also I think in the south. He's in the south, so they probably don't have we have to lock our doors because there are rapists out there. Type of hysteria.
He's got a big ass farm. You should ask him for pictures sometime. He posted them on chat once.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got fucking tractors and horses and all kinds of farm shit.
Yeah. But so Super Dark, you're part of the Comicsgate community, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what attracted you to the Comicsgate community? Since people tend to have very different reasons for being a part of it and what it means to them.
Well, the thing I would say that really got my attention was the way women are being drawn in comics.
Like, you mean like the very unlike sexual way, or like what, like that?
Captain Marvel. Yeah, like
Oh, so
they're
like,
either drawn. Okay, like the biggest thing is my dad was a huge Carol Danvers fan when she was drawn by like Frank Cho, right? Like back when she had long hair and like the black and yellow costume with like the
yeah,
red sash.
yeah, she was
Um,
sexy as hell.
so, yeah, so like I liked her too, and then I saw like the radical change that they did around, I don't know, when was that, Civil War One? I don't even know.
Yeah,
So
basically when she started transitioning, you mean?
yeah, it's just like that right there is a very obvious like something's not right here. And nobody likes Captain Marvel. Like, did you see Diversity in Comics video today?
Yeah. No, I haven't. I'm.
Was it
I'm.
today? I don't know. But anyway,
Okay.
that was like of all the women that are being drawn, either like men or like the most unsexual, like
Yeah.
not womanly. They look like androgynous.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like Captain Cummings called it ISIS friendly as a joke.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what got me into it, was the Diversity in Comics video about he was doing a video on Taliban law approved costumes, and it was like a list of
Yeah.
SJW costumes, and that was the first Diversity in Comics video I ever saw.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
Do you guys know what the video I'm referring to?
I haven't seen the video, but that would make
It's
that
a
sounds
really
like
old one. It's like when he had like maybe 200 subscribers, but they show a list. I think he has 2 videos on this. Just type in anyway. He's scrolling down on a list of like BuzzFeed remake SJW costumes, and they show like the original costume.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if they show the original costume, but it's pretty bad. I'll try and find the video.
Yeah, that's pretty
Okay.
much what got me into Comicsgate. Was Cummings like probably during the summertime? I was just, I don't know, stumbled across his videos, and I was like,
yeah.
I started looking at my fucking comics. I'm like, yeah, these comics
got-
are fucking shit.
I got into comics. Well, I got into Comicsgate like because of basically I stumbled across Captain Cummings' Revolution Comics stream. Yeah, he did with Captain Frugal and Douglas Ernst. But like, I kind of followed the whole thing when like the whole like female Thor thing happened. People were like, I think it was Monday Matt did a video on it, or someone did a video on that whole thing, and yeah.
See,
and
but
also the
even
whole
that,
Angela.
like, I don't really like female Thor, but she doesn't look as bad as Captain Marvel.
Yeah, my problem with female Thor is just the whole, like that whole like that one comic strip where like she basically goes up against that guy who basically says Thor's a chick now, feminism ruining everything. It was just so stupid. Yeah. Oh, it's okay.
Wasn't?
Oh, we were talking.
Feminism is ruining everything.
I was talking about female Thor. Like we were talking about. I was asking Super Dark how what got him into Comicsgate, and he was talking about how like Carol Danvers or Carl Manvers as he's now called. Basically went from being drawn beautiful to being like a man.
No, I agree totally. Fucking. I mean, even if you look at the character of Carol Danvers before and after her SJW makeover, fucking. I mean, it is inconsistent as fuck. She went from like a fucking badass, you know what I'm saying, chick to like a unisex crazy whatever the fuck.
Yeah, which is pretty crazy. But like, I guess Darkwater. So, what is your stance on the whole like politics in comics? Like, do you prefer like no politics, or do you feel like there should be politics?
What's that about? All I heard was politics and comics.
Oh, sorry, I guess I cut out. But like, what was your what's your stance on the whole politics thing in comic books? Because some people in Comicsgate didn't want politics at all in their comics. Others says that they're fine with politics. Just shouldn't be overhanded.
I actually haven't met anybody that said they don't want any politics in comics, because like The Dark Knight Returns, Watchmen, those are completely.
I've seen a couple that says they don't like the politics in their comics.
So they don't even like The Dark Knight Returns or Watchmen?
I guess they probably weren't thinking of that way. I don't know. But like me personally,
yeah, I would say it's kind of hard to be a fan of comic books in general without having some politics in there with Wonder Woman and Captain America.
Can we just keep it not just one-sided would be.
Yeah,
that's my stance. Yeah.
Yeah, my point
that's
is,
my-
I think politics are, if used well, great in comic books. But when it's just
Oh,
becoming
yeah.
a propaganda for someone to be, yeah, like the stuff that's happening now in Marvel, it's just not good. It's just, yeah.
Well, yes, that's my whole stance is that, like, yeah, I like it. I want diverse politics in comics. Like, I want there to be conservative comics as well as left-leaning comics, because I feel like when one-sided politics is allowed in comic books, then it just goes downhill, because then eventually you're going to run into propaganda.
Yeah.
Whereas when you have a fair playing field, then the chances of these radicals drop, because they know that, you know, they're going to have to basically compete with other opposing ideas.
Well,
It's
like
one of
if
the
they
reasons
had,
why Valley's so
they
bad
had
right
some,
now.
if that's some
Yeah,
true
there's a
diversity,
good example of that.
like
Oh, what, you
diversity
cut
of
out?
thought.
Yeah. Well, what did you say, Super Dark? I think you cut out.
He muted himself again.
I think it's his mic, because if you take out your mic, I think you mute yourself.
But if they actually had some real diversity of thought, like I wouldn't care for the politics. Like it would be interesting, but I don't need to be fucking preached at or yeah, like you said, with a bunch of crap propaganda injected into the book.
Oh yeah, it's like I wrote a short story that was basically like, you know, a superhero team of like Republicans and stuff. And they're actually a pretty diverse team and stuff. But they also happen to be Republicans. I feel like, you know, not every person with superpowers and who does heroic work is going to basically be like, you know, a left-leaning, you know, Bernie Sanders or Hillary Clinton voter. I mean, look at police officers. Police officers, you know, they basically rescue people from the law, and there are probably plenty of conservative Republican police officers.
What I was gonna say is a good example of a comic book having both sides, like how Ricardo was saying he wants there to be left and right politics in comic books, is the new Doom Patrol Milk Wars, because it shows actually both sides, the SJW side and the more conservative side of people's thinking. And I think that DC does that really well, whereas Marvel just kind of commits themselves to the left.
Oh yeah, I forgot if you heard about this, Ricardo, but yeah, the Mags, she's only done like a 2-page story.
Yeah,
so she's like
Mags only did a 2-page in the back. You got to watch my review.
Yeah, but she's doing other comics that are part of the series.
Yeah, but
so the thing is, if I were to start paying for Milk Wars and I wanted to read them all, I would essentially have to start paying for a book Mags.
Well, you can always pirate it. You can read it online for free.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying I won't read it.
Let's stop calling him a her. Can we do that? Like that? He's not a fucking female. That is so ridiculous.
Sorry, it's a reaction online. I don't do the pronouns.
Did I do the fucking pronoun?
Yeah, you called him a her. You both did, as a matter of fact.
Sorry.
That's funny.
My mom. Sorry, my mom was being it into me. My mom was being it into me.
I'm fucking with y'all, but no, seriously though, that is like that's not a woman.
Yeah. So I guess here's another question for you, Super Dark. So for you, what was worse, America or Iceman?
Oh Jesus,
America or what?
Or Iceman, you know, the gay Iceman series.
Oh no, I have a problem way more with Iceman. I mean, America is like so bad that it's like entertaining, but the Iceman thing pisses me off.
Thank you. I'm not the only person who thinks Iceman is worse than America and stuff. Because,
exactly, because Iceman, to me, I grew up with Iceman, and he was always like really tough. And I don't know what, like when he would change like into his like crystal form, like there's a John Romita Jr. drawing of him. He's spiked out. But what I was gonna say was Iceman. What kind of pissed me off is I didn't really care that they made the young Iceman gay. But then they made the other one gay too, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. That like this kind of defeats the purpose of the first storyline.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is the crazy thing is that they made him so gay in that comic. It was so comically gay.
I was gonna say, not only did they make him gay, they made him a horrible fucking person.
Yeah, he's a sociopath. I mean, literally, he's basically it's like you know, that's what diversity in comics talked about in his comics, and I mean in his videos it's like Marvel is dedicated to turning all these characters into sociopaths, because like the facial expressions of that Iceman comic looked like, yeah, like these people were about to go on like a murdering spree.
Like there was an Iceman page where he just like goes into somebody's backyard and they had like a fucking sentinel.
Yeah, Sentinel. It's like he basically it's like
piece, and he just like destroys it. Like, yeah, fuck your property. I just destroyed that.
yeah,
Bye.
it's basically
It's like, what the fuck is that?
yeah, it's like it's essentially like yeah, because basically they were trying to make like, I guess, like a reference to basically, you know, someone having like a Confederate flag or some type of hate symbol and stuff, because that's what he calls it, a symbol of hate, and he just blows up someone else's property. Yeah,
But even
it's like,
then,
I don't.
if your neighbor has a Confederate flag, you can't go over to their house and just fucking rip it off.
Yeah, but that's just the thing, is it's just it was just so cringy, and just how, like, you know, how like what they did to Iceman and what they did to his parents as well, because, you know, there's like, was issue number 4 or 1 or whatever, you know, where his parents, like, his mom basically says, like, you know, she doesn't have the gay gene, it's his dad's fault and stuff. It's like, that's just stupid. This is 20 freaking 17, and someone's making a comment like that. It's like, that's just the dumbest thing ever.
I agree.
Yeah, and also Bryan Singer did X-Men 2, and that scene with Iceman and his parents was already like powerful and moving enough. Like they kind of just like shit all over that now.
Well, yeah, because SJWs apparently thought that, you know, despite the fact that the X-Men has always been used as an allegory for homosexuality and coming out of the closet, they basically thought that wasn't enough. They had to hit it especially home, like, you know, be like in your face.
I think it's just an allegory for minorities in general. But side note, Bryan Singer's dated my friend who's like 18, and he's a guy.
Okay. But like, that's just the funny
18.
thing. That's just the thing is that because like mutants, their powers come out when they hit puberty. That's where the reference to homosexuality comes in.
Yeah. Good grief. Where to start with this shit? So, yeah, fuck Iceman the comic book for a couple reasons. Number one, they already had gay characters they could have used in fucking Marvel. Jesus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Hawk
like,
and Dove.
To start
Dove,
with,
right? Or just Hawk?
Wait, Hawk and Dove is DC.
Look, Hulking and Wiccan were the Marvel.
Oh yeah, Hulkling and Wiccan, yeah.
Yeah, Hulkin and Wiccan were definitely fucking gay as shit. You know what I'm saying? Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah,
somebody's
and
gay and having more power to you.
Good. That's the same artist that's on Marvel 2 and 1.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Shit, that book is awesome.
But okay, so I totally agree with you about the time displaced fucking pseudo X-Men or wherever the fuck they're supposed to be. Like, yeah, that makes no sense that since fucking Jean mind rapes that Iceman, that the other Iceman would systematically be mind raped as well. You know what I'm saying? That is complete bullshit. Not to mention, and I grew up with Iceman as well, dude. Like, he was my favorite character in X-Men: Children of the Atom. Like, if you guys ever played that fucking arcade game a long time ago. But but yeah,
if I wrote Iceman stuff and they turned him straight again, basically here's how I do is basically Iceman would have, after having a night of wild gay sex, his brain finally sets itself straight from Jean Grey's psychic tampering, so he just wakes up one night and almost like that kind of like, oh, I just got raped situation stuff. It's like traumatized.
Oh god.
Yeah, that would be so hilarious to me. It'd be like, oh shit.
No, the only way to save really at this point, the only way to save the Marvel universe is a hard reboot, like a hard reset.
Yeah,
like fucking
Marvel doesn't do that. It's DC.
Exactly. Marvel has never really done it, even after fucking Secret Wars, because all the costumes basically stayed the same.
Yeah, it's just
it's just different pieces.
So, what did DC essentially do then to fix up
New 52? That was DC Rebirth. That was DC Rebirth. Basically, Rebirth is not really a reboot. It basically said that during what we saw as New 52, that was basically an altered history, as in everyone lost basically 10 years of history due to someone tampering with the multiverse, essentially. Yeah. That was basically what DC Rebirth is talking about, is that everyone lost their memory. And that what you saw, in New 52.
I never read anything from New 52. Actually, I just only started reading DC about 4 months ago.
Yeah, and that's pretty terrible that you haven't read DC and stuff. But just joking aside and stuff. But basically, yeah. See, the complaints about the New 52 was that they basically incorporated essentially like 15 years of continuity and said all this stuff happened within 5 years. Like Batman has only been Batman for like 5 years. The Justice League has only been around for like a couple years, and supposedly like the Blackest Night, which is a crossover event that happened in pre-New 52 happened within that 5-year span, which seems insane, because that's literally what the New 52 was going for.
So
And it was continuity hell.
So then Rebirth just fucking said everything that happened in New 52 never happened.
No, New 52 happened.
No, it includes
New 52 happened. Yeah, New 52 happened. It just meant that, in fact, they have been around for 15 years. So basically, according to Rebirth, superheroes have been around, in fact, for 15 years, but someone tampered with everyone's memories, so they lost
Ricardo, Rebirth is basically fixing everything. They're including stuff before Crisis on Infinite Earths. They include stuff from New 52. It's everything. It's trying to fix everything, combine it all.
Yeah,
making it the multiverse.
Because like in New 52, the Justice Society of America was erased from continuity on Earth 1. Like there was a pseudo Justice Society on another Earth, which was them as young people and stuff, like a remaking of these characters like Jay Garrick and like, the original Green Lantern. But now with Rebirth, there's hinted at that the Justice Society did exist. It's just everyone's memory was wiped of knowing
Rebirth.
them.
Rebirth is basically a less confusing version of Multiversity. There was another DC event that started with a C that I can't remember. That was around that time. Yeah.
Multiverse. Wait, is that what's called Multiversity, or was
there was one
Convergence? Yeah, now Convergence. Yeah.
Convergence. Yeah. So Rebirth is basically like a less confusing version of Convergence than Multiversity.
Yeah, Convergence was basically them trying to show like that the multiverse was out there and stuff. Just Rebirth was kind of like showing that the Earth that we know, like Earth 1 or Earth Prime as it's called, was not what we thought it was. Like basically Rebirth was essentially Jeff Johns kind of telling all the old DC fans who given up on DC after New 52 were basically that, we didn't forget them and stuff. Like that whole scene where Barry Allen basically saves Wally West from the Speed Force and hugs him and tells them, "How can I forget you?" was basically Jeff Johns kind of showing them like, how could we, forget our old fan base kind of.
Yeah, exactly. And that was that's actually an homage back to the Crisis on Infinite Earths event. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also, and also on Infinite Crisis that happened after that, where actually he actually comes back from the Speed Force. He's just been like racing death the whole fucking time. You're like, Jesus.
Yeah, yeah. And just before I forget, can you guys hear me? Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wait, what did you say?
Before I forget, King Billy, on the Comicsgate issue, I sent you the link to what got me into Comicsgate.
Okay, sure.
So it's just the diversity in comics video.
Yeah.
If you want, you could play it. It's pretty funny.
So
yeah, I'll play it after like the stream's over.
Getting back to Marvel, then essentially they could do some sort of Rebirth event that could fix everything.
But
too far-fetched.
That would be but again they
that was Legacy. They were trying to do that with Legacy.
Legacy.
Yeah, but Legacy was a bomb. Yeah.
Yeah, Legacy
didn't change anything.
Nah,
well,
Legacy was
all Legacy was some fancy covers, renumbering, and
Legacy was basically them trying to say that they were going to bring back the old characters, but it was basically still a cop out.
The only Legacy book that was worth a fuck was the Spider-Man Legacy Legacy fucking book, where Miles actually gets to go back, and that was the only one that had any meaning to it. Jesus, in the fucking Captain Marvel one, you had Carl Manvers carrying around goddamn Marvel like he was a fucking heroine.
Oh, you're talking about Generations.
Oh yeah, Generations.
Yeah, that's not Marvel Legacy. I don't think. Yeah.
Sorry. And wait, has Legacy actually fucking happened yet?
Legacy has happened, I think. Yeah.
Legacy was.
Then
they
had the other Captain Marvel with the old.
Yeah, because Generations was the one where like Miss Marvel goes back in time and gives you that whole people. It was like that whole them trying to make a reference to like the fact that the comic books weren't selling. Their
Generations was where they had Gogurt Hulk and Banner
Yeah.
Hulk and fucking the
Yeah.
Hawkeyes and
My bad. I totally misread that, but that just shows you how fucking convoluted and fucked up Marvel is right now in their goddamn continuity.
Well, Marvel's kind of always been convoluted, kind of. But the thing is that Marvel has never really done a reboot like DC has done. So I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't know
Except
what they're
for
going to
Ultimate
do yet.
Marvel. Ultimate Marvel was their only thing that only
Well,
reboot.
Ultimate Marvel was a complete another universe, basically. That was literally
Yep.
them trying. That was Ultimate. The Ultimate line was meant to basically get new people into comic books who had never, who didn't want to go through all of those insane continuity research and stuff of how Marvel works. Like that's what New 52 should have been. Like New 52 should have basically been. This is another Earth. This is like New 52 is happening on another Earth, but you still have Earth Prime, Earth 1 and stuff.
Yeah,
with,
there's some
you know,
really weird
yeah.
things in New 52. Like a lot of the superheroes act totally out of character in New 52.
Yeah, and that
Well,
that has to do with basically the tampering done by supposedly Dr. Manhattan.
Oh yeah. Also, the New 52 is kind of like DC's SJW age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like in a lot of different ways. There was a lot of progressive bullshit.
I would say that
going
just
on
because
that.
of Lobo. Lobo, what the heck was going on with Lobo?
Okay,
oh, dude,
yeah,
Batwoman, Jesus Christ! Like Batwoman was the
Batwoman-
most fucking backhanded slap to like the fucking
but
U.S.
that was-
military that you could have.
Yeah, but that was like, but that thing is that was one comic. I feel like with New 52, there wasn't really as much SJW compared to Marvel because people were ripping into it, and there wasn't really much, there wasn't this much kickback against New 52 hate compared to SJW Marvel. So I would argue that
Batgirl was also fucking horrendous. Jesus.
Yeah, but that was only a couple books. Most of New 52 didn't really have much to do with SJW politics. It was just people hated the stories, and what they did with the characters.
Oh yeah, but
Marvel basically did that, but they were adding SJW politics into it as more of a cover, so they could call people names. Yeah.
Well, that's because activists can't be artists at the same fucking time. You know what
Well,
I'm
yeah.
saying?
I think Walt was just saying like it was the closest thing.
Yeah, very much so.
Oh,
yeah,
to SJW Marvel.
I was saying it was the closest thing to Marvel's SJW.
Oh, well, yeah. It's just New 52 I think it just wasn't really political. It just had bad stories, so people were ripping into it. Yeah, but like I did like Justice League Dark. I thought Justice League Dark was a very fun read.
Well, this is the difference between DC and Marvel, though. At least currently, right now, DC heard the fans. They're like, "Hey, we kind of don't like this fucking shit." So
but then Batgirl happened, so it's like people were like, "No, bad DC stuff." It's like,
no. I still fucking hate Batgirl. I'll hate on Batgirl until that shit turns from a goddamn
Batgirl and
wet
like
dream.
Batgirl and like Gotham City. Wait, no, Batgirl and Birds of Prey. That's like the thing that like everyone like worships Gail Simone over.
Oh God, fuck that fat bitch.
I mean, again, it's like Gail Simone. Like at her best, she is definitely decent. Like she's a good writer, but she's not like people treat her like she's Grant Morrison level. It's like hell no and stuff. She's not on Grant.
There's a documentary on Netflix called She Makes Comics, and I'm pretty sure Gail Simone's on it. It's disgusting.
I would not say Gail Simone. On her best day, I would say Gail Simone is a subpar artist or subpar writer.
She's a YA author.
She's a what?
Exactly. A young adult.
You
out of here, Rick?
Yeah, my phone's about to die. My dog's whining to go out, so I'll just call it a day.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this, Ricardo. But like, while you were holding your dog, I was like, petting him with the mouse and stuff. Your dog's so cute.
All right, well, I guess we'll do this again next weekend.
Hell yeah,
sure.
Yeah, it was good.
All right.
It was good talking to you, Ricardo.
Yeah, it's been a blast. Talk to you guys later.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Right,
but I guess what I was saying was that Gail Simone, I feel like it's like I feel like she is subpar most of the time. It's just at her worst, she just what is it? At her best, I feel like she's decent. She just isn't like as much as people rave about her because again, people are just raving about her because she's one of the few female creators. And then again, also Netflix is like always trying to push progressive narratives. Like you just need to like search the engine. You're gonna get all that shit.
Oh yeah, they just put like a couple new documentaries on there about modern sexual revolution, and then also transgenderism and stuff.
Yeah,
you talking about postmodern? postmodern sexual revolution.
Yeah.
Postmodernist bullshit. Yeah. But like,
Yeah, I think she's got a lot of backing from people who don't fucking read comics, and
oh
I
yeah,
think also she's fucking like held up because they
Yeah.
need their diversity character. You know what I'm saying? That's her.
Well, again,
I mean, she fulfills the fucking fat feminist quota. You know what I'm saying?
well, and again, she got into comics because she literally wrote a piece about how misogynistic comic books were. I mean, that's just one of the funny ironies. That's again, I always go after SJWs who say comic books have always been SJW, and it's like, then why were you calling them so sexist back in the day and stuff? You know, yeah. Why did you call them that in the first place if they're SJWs?
Yeah, that's so true.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Well, damn.
what?
So female Thor is what got you into Comicsgate Polo or Dark. Sorry, I'll get that.
No,
I know you.
For me, it was that diversity in comics video. I sent it on Twitter.
Oh wow.
Diversity.
What got me?
Well,
What
I was
got
just
me
gonna
into
say Captain
comics?
Marvel too. But what were you gonna say?
Yeah.
What got me into Comicsgate basically was I saw this. I'd always read comic books, man. You know what I'm saying? Ever since I was like in the 3rd grade,
Yeah,
because you know what I'm saying? Like
Oh yeah.
that helped me out dramatically with my spelling and reading. I always did horrible on spelling tests and stuff like that as a kid, but always like
Yeah.
knocked out. Like I was always the best in my class at like science and math.
Yeah.
So they thought I had some. What's up?
Oh, I was just gonna say I like can't remember a time that I wasn't reading comics. Like my dad just raised me to read comics.
Yeah, my
that's
first
fucking
comic
awesome.
books. Yeah, my first comic book I read was Howard the Duck. That's because he looked like Donald Duck, so I collected his comics.
That's so
Oh,
fun.
wow,
I
that's
just got
crazy.
the Epic collection of Howard the Duck, like the full.
Yeah,
color.
I have the collected edition too as well because I really like reading
I
his
still
comic books.
want. I still want to
collected
get the Marvel Essential. Do you know what that is? Marvel Essentials.
them.
Like
No,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not familiar with Marvel too much.
It's
like
it's
Howard.
like a black and white collected editions that are out of print, but there's a Howard the Duck one I want to get.
Oh, that's
Hell yeah,
cool.
dude! The X-Men Essentials. I have part
Oh,
1
okay,
and
yeah, it's like
volume 1
those,
and 2 of that.
Yeah, it's like those. Yeah, I know because DC has their own version where it's like they collected. I forgot what they called them, but they collected all of the old DC books. They're black and white, as well.
Yeah, it's like DC
Yeah.
Classics or something. I can't remember.
I think so because there were 2 DC things. There was the DC one that's in color that like you can find at like Newberry Comics and other places, and then there's also the ones that are black and white.
Yeah, the Marvel Epic collections are basically a rebranding with color of the Marvel Essentials.
Yeah, that DC
Oh,
did
nice.
the same thing too with like their classic stuff. Oh yeah, speaking of that, it's like So I said that like so have you seen the videos where like they say Black Panther's alt-right?
He is all right, actually. I
I
mean,
know.
no, I saw that meme.
Yeah,
That's
there's-
fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, people have made videos on it. I think like
It cut out. What'd you say? The meme of what? What was the
Oh,
meme?
Black Panther. There's now this funny meme going on that Black Panther's alt-right.
It makes a lot of sense, dude. Like, fucking, it's great. It's
Yeah,
funny as
because
fuck.
like they've built a wall. They're isolationists. They like don't allow immigrant. It's like he's essentially alt-right. So I made a joke.
Ultra-nationalist.
Yeah, I made a joke saying that the alt-right should co-opt Black Panther to trigger all the SJWs.
That is great.
Because I basically posted the meme to like the Black Panther page on the Black Panther Twitter account. As a gag.
Oh shit! What'd they do?
Oh my
What'd
god!
they say?
Did you guys see the Black Panther?
They didn't respond.
The thread about how you can't dress up as any of the characters from Black Panther unless you're black.
Yeah, that's just stupid. Because again, there are plenty of. I've seen black girls dressed as like like Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and she's French and white.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's a whole thread on Twitter.
I know. It's
Oh
like, how
my
you gonna-
god! Did you see the new cast? Did you see the new casting for Joan of Arc by any chance?
No, I didn't hear about this. What was this?
That's on my Twitter feed, man. They got a black chick to play Joan of Arc.
Seriously?
No shit. I was like, yeah, this is bad. I
Yeah,
was
that's
like,
some
you know what?
That's some Hamilton bullshit. I mean, here's the thing. If you did that with people like, say, I don't know, like someone from Black History or whatever and stuff, they would lose their shit over that. But they're always making excuses for stuff like Hamilton. It's like, and I'm not saying that the musical is bad, but to make the excuse saying that they're bringing diversity in because it's so that everyone can have access to history is just bullshit. That's not what history is about. History is not meant to be made into how you want it to be. It's just what is and stuff.
Oh yeah, there's also
You know,
a
and
new
again,
series
it's
coming
like
out where they're doing the Trojan War or whatnot. Did you see this? This is a little older, but
yeah,
yeah, the guy playing Achilles is also a black dude.
I
Like
know. I
for
mean,
sure.
well,
Oh god.
yeah, it's like he's been described almost everything as being white and stuff. Yeah, it's stupid. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It'd be like, say, okay, let's say if someone was going to do a play or a movie about the slave trade in Africa. Well, we want to make it more accessible to everyone, so we're going to have Asian, white, Hispanic. We're going to have all these different people be slaves and stuff. And yeah, these, all these black nationalists would lose their ever loving shit if
Oh,
they
dude,
did
let's
that
do
and
it.
stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, no,
Let's
they would lose their
fucking
shit
do
and
it.
stuff. And I'm like, yeah, you're a hypocrite and stuff because basically these idiots think that it's okay to do it when it's whites, but yeah, when you do it blacks, it's just
Oh
bad.
shit. We lost Polo. I think his battery died.
I think his battery died. Oh, okay.
Possibly. I'm not sure. He dropped.
Yeah, we're gonna. Well, if he comes back, we can wait a couple. We can talk for a little bit to see if he comes back and stuff. But if he doesn't, then we can end the stream.
Hell yeah. But yeah, dude, like, oh god, it's so fucking ridiculous with that shit. Like
Oh
as
yeah.
far as the we should definitely make that though. Let's do that. Let's make
Oh yeah.
what was the name of that fucking slave ship?
Oh yeah, that would
The
piss so
fucking
many. Again, like first we have to first the alt right and the anti SJWs have to co-opt Black Panther for those jokes and stuff. Because
Done.
that thing would be hilarious as shit and stuff. Yeah.
so done. We should do that.
Yeah,
As a
it's
matter of
funny.
fact, I'm gonna start promoting that.
Yeah, what's funny is I typed that in. Apparently people are complaining that the alt right is threatening to troll like Rotten Tomatoes to give Black Panther a bad score on the.
Oh, dude, they're gonna get a bad score already. Welcome back, Polo.
Yeah, but they're already complaining, saying that it's like going to that they're gonna blame it if the score is bad or something like that. But so why do you say that anyway?
Why do I say what? It's already gonna get a bad score.
It's gonna get a bad score. Yeah, like what?
Oh, dude, like just look at fucking Black Twitter and how they're fucking losing their mind. They're like, all right, white people, we don't want you. We don't want to hear your damn opinion on shit. We don't want to blah blah blah. I was saying some crazy stuff. I was watching some crazy stuff on this feed today, and I was laughing my ass off the whole time. They're like,
well, it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna fail in China though, because again, no one knows that Chinese
sure.
don't watch. They don't like.
No.
Yeah, they aren't gonna watch a mainly black cast and stuff.
No, they're racist as fuck. Let's be honest. Like they are super goddamn racist towards black people. It's going to bomb in China. It's going to bomb worse than the fucking Star Wars movies did, and that fucking shit was horrible.
Well, yeah,
but no, that's the preemptive stuff.
Oh yeah, I just love it how with Star Wars they basically said that no one was beautiful. That was such an insult. So that's hilarious.
It's true, except for that one hot Asian bitch at the beginning. But other than that,
you mean Rose? Sorry, Rose's
Rose's sister.
Oh, her sister. Okay.
Yes.
Well, you like Asians?
Fuck yeah, dude! I got yellow fever like a motherfucker. You have no idea.
Yo.
But
have you met me?
You know what I'm saying? Tell him, Polo.
Well, you guys both like Asians?
My ex is Korean, so.
Yeah, see, I don't mean to be stereotypical, but I love the white woman and stuff.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I sound like Mandingo and stuff.
Look, no, I don't discriminate against any women. I have dated women of all races, colors, and creeds just to fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? Just.
Yeah, I think I'm allergic to chocolate and stuff because again, I don't dislike black women. It's just in like a relationship and sexual sense, just not attracted to them.
There was this girl that was half black, half Thai, like Asian Thai. Oh my god, she was gorgeous.
That is some hot shit, son.
So I like my vanilla milkshakes and stuff.
But that was going to be one of my rebuttals because I commented on this dumbass bitch on Twitter that was saying some shit about we don't want white people cosplaying as any members of the Black Panther movie and shit like that. Costumes.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier.
I mean, it's like fuck them and stuff. I cosplayed as Ashitaka from Princess Mononoke one year at a con and stuff, and I can cosplay as Superman whoever the f I want and stuff. Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, that's what I said. What I wrote down is I was like, look, I'm gonna go on blackface just to trigger you bitches.
Oh, you should.
I wrote right.
Oh yeah, did you see I Love Comics' video about how like the Chinese or someone made a mistake and drew Black Panther white and stuff on one of their yeah, just show them that and stuff. Yo, Black Panther's been white before and stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Just like
it's no big deal. No, this is the funny shit. Then me and my friend Rod, who's he's half white, half black, you know what I'm saying? He's mixed race. And he was like, look, man, I want to show up as this dude from fucking Full House. What's his name? I was like, hey, man, you should go in whiteface and I'll go in blackface. And we'll just confuse the fuck out of each other. We should be like Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith from fucking Men in Black, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
and just go like.
Well, see, that's the thing is.
Well,
see, that's the thing is, I mean, they've done, people have talked about it. People don't talk about it that much, but the thing is that, yeah, there's a huge issue of racism in the Black community and stuff, where like they will basically, they'll tell you you're not Black enough, and if you're mixed and stuff, you also can get, have issues with people for being mixed.
Oh yeah, but I'm just waiting for the first person to be like, "You white motherfucker," and I'd be like, "No, dog, it's all good. I fucked a black girl once," because I know that's gonna piss them off even more, or say some shit like, "No, my drug."
No, if I get an issue with that, I've always wanted to pull the Uncle Ruckus aspect. If you've seen the Boondocks,
oh god, I would, but I'd get kicked off Twitter again. Like I can't say shit like that on Twitter.
Well, you're white and stuff. But for me, since I'm black, I would do the whole Uncle Ruckus routine where I'd be like self-hating black guy and stuff as an act and stuff. Yeah.
That would be great. I would love to show up as like one of the Boondocks characters at a fucking con one time, like Huey or goddamn fuck, dude, that shit is so good to me. I love Boondocks. I have every season of that.
Yeah, they can't complain about cultural appropriation because Huey's basically culturally appropriating Japanese people with his
there you go
use of a sword.
Hell yeah, I think
cultural appropriation is the dumbest thing ever.
Hell yeah. He does more Chinese cultural appropriation, I think, in a lot of ways.
Oh, really? Because like his whole deal is he talks about like the samurai and stuff, and like the whole, using a katana.
Oh, that was a blind samurai. He does, but he dresses in a lot of Chinese garbs. As far as
I didn't notice that. I guess I thought he was doing Japanese stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like either way, it is what it is. I don't give a fuck. I don't even believe in cultural appropriation because that was a form of survival, like way back in the day. You know what I'm saying? For anybody and everybody. Well, anytime you go to.
Again, cultural appropriation is essentially just a person saying is you can't like imitate my culture or whatever. You can't like it's my culture is my it's like a really stupid way of trying to avoid the fact that you hate other people emulating your culture and stuff when it kind of actually makes you seem more like a racial, bigot and stuff. To say
exactly
yeah.
And let's not forget fucking Greeks used to have dreadlocks.
I was gonna say
go for it, Dark.
Cultural appropriation should be something that people worry about, but I really don't like white people with dreadlocks most of the
time. You don't?
Well, okay,
because the dreadlocks stink?
Normally, when you see white guys with dreadlocks, they tend to be doing drugs.
Hell yeah!
I don't care if a white guy is wearing dreadlocks because like that's cool, like Suicide Boys or something. But when girls get dreadlocks, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, no. It's like, okay, here's the thing: is sorry, with black people, we can't grow our hair out like white people and stuff. So I enjoy seeing white people with their long hair because they make me envious. When they do dreadlocks, like, come on. It's like we do dreadlocks because that's our only way of getting long hair as black people and stuff. So yeah, I enjoy white hairstyles
better than dreadlocks.
Well, yeah, because your hair is designed well for braids and stuff. Yeah, for when you have straight hair and stuff. Yeah, so that's my point is, I like people with straight hair to have straight hairstyles.
If we're talking about girls, it at least gives you some fucking handlebars or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Just be like, pull my hair. I'm like, yes, ma'am.
Oh yeah, no, not to sound like a perv, but pigtails is super hot and stuff. I like girls with long hair and pigtails. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying? Hell yeah. Be looking up fucking handlebar porn now. Thanks.
Well, it's just it's just like when like my fiance when she like puts up her pigtails and like wears a dress and stuff, it's like that's super hot and stuff. Yeah. But that's just the thing is just that some people they try to emulate different hairstyles. Although it's funny seeing some like I think like there have been a couple of like white people who have tried to do afros and stuff. It's pretty funny.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen that. It's
It
hilarious.
looks pretty crazy, but yeah. Like I always wanted to have like make a comic book character who's basically he was called Afro Man. His whole thing is that his afro generates like supercharged electricity that fires off, bolts of lightning. That's like his
Oh.
superpower.
Well, look, man. Some people, especially curly-haired, red-haired gingers or whatever, they can't help but have fucking that like super curl. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
Yeah.
fucking they can really help.
Oh yeah, like yeah. See, I absolutely hate how comic books keep effing with redheads because it's like, dude, redheads are rare in the world. Like, stop messing with redheads. It's like why? It's like there are enough
Oh, I
black
love
haired comic book
redheads.
guys. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah. So it's like, yeah, it's I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's just the same thing with like, yeah, it's like now Iris they want to turn her black or something like that. It's like, yeah, no, keep her the same the way she's always been.
Hell
You
yeah.
honestly, you should play. Obviously, you can do whatever you want, but you really should play that diversity in comics thing on the stream. It's pretty funny and it's on topic. So,
It's like I've diversity in comics on the stream.
what's that? I didn't hear you.
So, you said it's like diversity in comics video.
The video
yeah.
I sent on Twitter.
Oh yeah, because you're on the
like,
shit
Taliban
lords.
approved
Well,
costumes.
you're part of the shit lords.
It's pretty funny, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
It's definitely on topic.
Let's see. Let me just load it.
Gwalt, what have you been up to? I haven't seen much of you on Twitter except for when we talked the other day.
Same old, dude. I just got a call back on a job at a government
go.
job, and I
What
start
is it?
this Monday. I'm going to be guarding a government airfield slash factory that does it makes jet parts and mess like that. It's a government contracted job, which is fantastically which means I don't have to fucking do some of the other private security work that I was doing in some real grimy areas. It's a super upgrade for me.
Okay.
You know, it's
so
funny.
if
I was actually looking. I just got.
Oh.
I just got in my new job at Amazon. I was looking into getting my guard card before that. That's funny you said that.
Hell yeah, dude!
Oh,
Like I personally love being an armed guard.
That's cool.
Oh yes. So I got the view.
King Billy, did you find it?
Yeah, I found it.
Cool.
Go for it. I'll lock your screen.
But I'm going to do this video for a while, which is kind of funny because this is the epitome. This is almost like archaeology. This SJW archaeology. I literally found text, which is like, it's not even like the Rosetta Stone. That helps you decipher things. The text is like the prime text, the first thing that this came from. And I think this BuzzFeed article from 2013 might be the text on the SJW, which looks like it might be ending, maybe not. We'll see. So what's great about this story is it starts off live, literally the title. 12 lady superhero costumes redesigned by ladies. And yet it's only redesigned by one woman, Celeste Pill. I don't know if maybe the comments of the author, Donna Dixon, are considered to be part of the redesign, or maybe she told her how to do it. So I did a video last week from some designs from 2016. And I thought since it was old news, it would not be a popular video. And it turned out to be one of my most popular videos. So I saw this, I'm like, all right, I'll do another one. This one's even worse because those ones were at least done by a very talented artist. These ones look like they were almost done in MS Paint. So the first one is Black Canary. Black Canary is obviously known for being very sexy, very fit, tall, and of course her fishnet pantyhose. The redesign looks like a marketing person who's going on a first date and to a concert, and she wants to think that she's cool.
Yeah, I remember this video. This is his Taliban approved fucking SJW costumes.
Yeah.
Are not going to help.
Yeah.
And they're not going to protect you, especially since it shows that they have ribs in them. They don't even stop things. At least the fishnets will allow her a lot of mobility. and of course it's like a signature look. This one is really weird. Okay, so one of the things I said about SJWs all the time is they don't like comics. They actually kind of hate comics. But they weirdly like cosplay of comic characters. It's very strange. Hawk Girl, who's from a warrior culture, super strong, very vulnerable, gets reimagined as apparently a cosplay version of herself by someone who is
that's pure garbage right there. That's a terrible redesign.
She can't show her belly.
That's Tumblr art, man.
Yeah, it looks like Squirrel Girl. That's like Squirrel Girl art.
Why do the
Yeah.
wings smaller?
Why are the wings?
It looks more unintelligent. It looks stupid.
Why do the wing? Why is her helmet smaller? They keep doing this thing about her smaller helmet. Everything about this SJW trend is less exciting. Of course, all the women have becomes. They always have to have becomes. You can't be like idealized. You can't be sexy. You have to be like, it's like sour face. Like hot girl. Sexy and fit and happy.
Yeah, the redesign looks like she's ready to go to like a student protest. It doesn't look intelligent.
Yeah. Also looks like they changed her race as well.
This is an interesting one because the redesign actually pretty damn cool. I'd probably say of all the redesigns I've ever seen, this one is really great. They incorporate kind of the crucifix, you know, because the Huntress is very religious, and it's a good fighting.
For a sexy design.
Same thing from the original X-Men.
Yeah, I prefer the one on the left, son. That's just hot shit.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of color in the boots, and of course she has to have long hair, or she has to have short hair.
They keep cutting their fucking hair. Well, he just said that.
Sounds kind of cheesy to say it, but they call this 12 lady superheroes redesigned by ladies, but it's really 12 superheroes that ladies don't like, imagined as better versions of books they wouldn't read. This one is
That is.
Power Girl, and this one, again, this one's just weird. First of all,
Yeah.
okay, they do the things with Power Girl is pretty much as strong as Superman. They bring up her, they always do this thing, oh, the cape is a liability in a fight. Worst case scenario, the cape just rips off her and she's completely fine. So they take
Yeah, and the cape makes you look majestic as well.
They turn it into a red sleeve. Now, of course, the boob window. Like, I don't know what kind of Taliban, ISIS, cool marm kind of thinking they have, but seriously, what is wrong with the boob window? People like big boobs. Like, this is classic. People who say they don't like big boobs, if a girl with big boobs walks in, they cannot stop staring. The straightest girl in the world will just be transfixed by them. That's primal to look at big boobs. These things, oh, we got rid of this. She needs support, but she went down to like, I don't know, barely C's from like triple G's or whatever she is in real life. She also got some really cool stumpy legs. Like, you can't have heroic proportions. You literally have to. That looks like Scarlett Johansson. I think it might be a trace picture. So here's Psylocke.
Oh god, they did go with that shit too, sorta.
Here's this funny thing. They keep taking the superhero proportions and they give them, quote, real girls. By the way, they're a real one. And then the funny thing is that they do this thing with the color, which is what they do in real life to women, to make them look like this. Because you don't want like you want the big variation of like the wide shoulders, thin waist, wide hips. This is like something it's like classically attractive. And you will see this all the time in like Lululemon and stuff like that. They will sculpt lines going in to give you that hourglass, even if you don't have it. And then they get into the weird, like, these things are not realistic. Well, it's comics. It looks cool. This looks like, this is aerobics wear. They always have to have this sour face. That's not tough. It's just sour. Okay, so, and they did the exact same thing. Good thing about doing YouTube videos on top of your dryer. Get good sound effects. They did this last same thing. Scarlet Witch gets turned into a generic Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and they like it just gets really weird. They're like,
Yeah, what's with their skirt? Their skirt looks terrible right there.
no one's actually
That's feminist taste, man.
Yeah, it looks like a tutu, but it's drawn badly.
Yeah, it looks like some shit you'd see off of like a fever fucking acid trip or some shit.
Jeez. Who?
Oh, dude, they so ruin She-Hulk. God damn it.
Yeah, she looks like Beast Boy. It's like a Beast Boy outfit.
Mine worker.
That is a Beast Boy outfit.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like in the, I mean the act, like the She-Hulk on the left there. It's so sad that she's gone.
But still sexy.
Yeah.
This is just that sour face. Of course, she has to have her hair short because long hair is sexy and that's bad. She's got this stumpy proportions. And what's wrong with her showing her legs? She's bulletproof. Who cares? And then still, since she's got like the dumpy body, they do the things to like visually give her an hourglass. Like, why not just draw her with one? Very weird. It's very it's anti-sexuality. So this one is actually really isn't bad. This one, the redesign is almost kind of not a redesign. I think they're like offended that this triangle matches her cleavage, so they make it totally different shape.
Hey, King Billy, can you pause that for a second? Just like a second.
Wait, what?
Can you pause the video just real quick? Okay. I just wanted to say something before I forget. I just realized SJWs dress themselves, have no idea. Okay, so like, Gual, you probably know about this. You know, like back in the day, you could tell like how slutty a girl was based on how she dressed.
Oh yeah, easily. Still
Okay,
can,
so
really.
Well, but what SJWs are trying to do are they're trying to like give all women this like feminist armor of like you aren't allowed to know how slutty I am, but like really they probably are like the biggest sluts in the world.
Hell yeah, they probably got like fucking STDs out the wazoo because
Yeah,
they've been on
so
the
it's
dick
like-
carousel for so long.
Yeah, they're like, oh well, my sexuality, my body, my problem or whatever. Like, oh, it's my business, not yours. Like the whole, because the left is trying to do the whole thing where you're not allowed, or you don't have to disclose that you have AIDS to like your sexual partner. Like you guys know that law that's going. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's in California.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I just think that they're trying to just be even more deceitful of like, oh, we're gonna like cover up our bodies, but also sleep with everyone we know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So it's like,
I mean, I agree.
It's like a fake thing. You can't tell how. You know what I mean? It's just Anyway.
No, you're 100% right. And also, while we have this pause, Spider Woman is one of the. I didn't know it was called. It wasn't. I didn't know it was going to be called Comic Skate at the time. But this is what got me into fighting SJWs in comics, like back in 2014.
Yeah,
when they yanked that
cover,
fucking
right?
Spider Woman cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I already had my fucking hands full in like fucking like comic skate shit and stuff like that around that time. I mean, I think that was August or something. But when they yanked that fucking cover, but I was fighting people in comment sections of fucking YouTube about how stupid it was to yank a fucking fictional character's comic book cover because it objectifies women. I was like, it does not objectify shit. I was like, you obviously have never fucking read a comic book in your life. I was like, if you think that.
You should send it.
What's up?
Oh, I was just saying you should send it because I don't know what cover you're talking about.
Oh, dude, for sure. Like, I'll show you, man. Like, I'll send you. Well, fuck. Actually, I've got. Here, I'll screen share this.
Oh, well, I probably should finish the video first before I can see it.
Yeah, finish the. Yeah, exactly. Finish the video, and I'll screen share this shit after.
Yeah.
But again, it's like. I thought it was a redesign, or they're saying these are redesigns, but this is just like some weird thing where like, oh, nobody can ever have an hourglass shape, ever. Like, there are tons of women who have an hourglass shape. Okay, Starfire is just hilarious. It's like, I don't know, jazzercise instructor?
Yeah, it looks a little like Halle Berry in the redesign.
This isn't even a redesign. They just went purple with 2 stripes, and then she has to have short hair. And,
yeah, it's Halle Berry Starfire right there on the right.
Something nice about her original costume, at least she's not in heels. if it's so bad, why do you even like this character enough to redesign it in the first place? It's crazy. And the same thing in the other one I did. Valkyrie, who has these classic like metal bra, becomes a A-cup background character. I wouldn't say a background character. This is a character who would have a 3-episode arc in Game of Thrones and then probably be eaten by wolves or something like that. Valkyrie this girl looks like this girl's like assistant, not even a partner. Like she like puts her spear up on a shelf after she's done having an awesome adventure. Then, whoa, they saved the best for last. They took the iconic Wonder Woman and turned her into, I don't even know what this is.
That's a new 52 Wonder Woman too.
Cellulite. She's got flabby thighs.
Yeah, it's like, what's wrong with her hips? Her hips look terrible. That woman can't even draw a female figure properly.
Lasso is like sad.
No, they wanted to make them fatter, but they kept getting sent back.
So that's not even the classic costume. This is like a bad redesign. It looks genius compared to this. It's like brand for like Mexican soup or something. Okay, so what is
that Mexican soup?
But it bears it's like your own thoughts aren't even worth saying. Tube tops are not practical battle gear. They just aren't. So again, the accusation is repeated as its own proof. You saw the exact same thing. That's why I'm saying this is the Urtex. I seriously think that this Donna Dixon, I've had multiple run-ins with her online. She hasn't changed a bit in the last 4 years. I think we can trace this. She's like the Typhoid Mary of SJW, Donna Dixon. Of course she works for Butts. Going back to their horrific Wonder Woman redesign. Do you put it this way? Do you want to read this comic? She doesn't even want to read this comic. She doesn't even watch it. Look at her. Her sour face. She's in horrible shape. So then they always pick Zatanna. The weird thing is Zatanna's not even that big of a character, but they're kind of obsessed with her because SJWs hate her because she has like either has fishnets or pantyhose, and it's just wrong. So sexy, iconic Zatanna becomes, I don't know, like 1800s pharmacist who's like got a weird rabbit obsession. This is just weirdly distracting. What is that? It's almost like the Black Widow. So this is kind of fun. It's actually kind of painful because there was nothing good to look at. The other one had really, really great designs for something else entirely, some sort of like Overwatch type of video game. This is just, I think they're trace photos, just awful. So 12 lady superhero costumes redesigned by ladies who hate superhero comics. This one ran really long. Tell me what you think. These things are kind of weirdly popular, these old ones. Tell me if you think that this article from September 2013, and Donna Dixon are the ones who invented SJW trend in comics. Thanks. Leave comments, subscribe, and I'll have...
I'm sure they had something to fucking do with it. That was horrible.
Right?
Okay, here you go. I'll screen share this.
That's what got me into Comicsgate.
This is what got me into Comicsgate right here. And can you guys see this?
It hasn't loaded yet. Oh, yeah, that.
Okay, so now this is a side-by-side. So if the cover on the right got yanked because they said that this sexualizes women or some shit right there, this cover should have got yanked because her face looks like shit. Like, Jesus, that's why this fucking cover should have got yanked. Her face looks like hell. That is fucking bad.
Where did you send it?
It's I didn't send it anywhere. I'm am I screen sharing this? Can you guys see? Okay,
I can see it.
I mean, you guys might want to lock my screen up so it doesn't keep popping in and out or whatever.
I remember this. I remember being like, wow.
Yeah,
ass.
they got mad because our ass is stuck up in the air, basically, which is
That's
a
exactly why I
total.
look.
That's exactly what.
Oh no, that's exactly what I was looking at. Like when I first
Oh,
saw
what,
it,
her
I was
ass?
like, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking badass. That's a good way to fucking sell a comic book because sex sells. Now, on the other hand, her face looks like shit. Like, what is wrong with her nose, dude? It's like super small. It looks like an alien nose. You know what I'm saying? Lips way too big, jaw way
Yeah, then
too
there,
fucking wide. Like,
and then there's
I
yeah,
would
It's
send that
honestly
back.
just a bad. It's
and
not a
then there's
very good
Spider-Man,
drawing.
and there's Spider-Man who basically is in the same pose.
In every fucking comic in the history of ever. I've been collecting
Yeah.
Spider-Man since I was fucking in the 3rd grade, and I never once thought, hey, dude's ass is in the air. Didn't become gay. Didn't none of that shit had an effect on me whatsoever. I like Spider-Man because he kicked ass, and all his crazy poses and shit that he was in just reminded me of like how spiders fucking like pop up and shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah. So this is what got yanked.
Yeah,
This
that
is
makes
like
sense.
the very first time I got into an internet argument with a feminist about comic books. This happened back in like 2014 or some shit. This was a
Wow, that's some
Yahoo
OG
article,
shit. That's really old.
dude. Well, I mean, I was also like, well, I think GamerGate technically kicked off like in
Yeah,
2015 maybe.
that was
But
2014. Gamergate was 2014.
okay, word. Well, I was in that fucking shit too, so I was boning up on my debate skills and fucking pawning skills even back then. But
Okay,
but
I
no,
feel
like
like I've had Gamergate explained to me like 20 times, and I still don't know what it is.
It's basically the easiest thing to say is journalistic integrity. Integrity in journalistic gaming is what Gamergate comes down to. Basically, this dumb bitch was like fucked like 5 guys to try to get a good review on her game. They gave it a good review. The game bombed because it was in fact feminist shit, and fucking she got
Yeah,
pissed.
yeah,
Like that's what
essentially,
kicked it off.
yeah, basically, essentially, like Gamergate was the first instance where people basically, where a creator took criticism as targeted harassment and claimed that everyone was harassing her for being a female game developer. It's essentially the first instance where professionals used identity politics, or at least one of the first instances in a geek culture style, community where the creators used, identity politics to basically, claim that all of her critics were harassing her and being sexist.
It was the first time there was ever real pushback against the fucking SJW plague happening
Yeah,
in video games.
that's
Is
because
what
video
happened
games is
because
huge. The community is so huge that
yeah, because they came for comic books too. They were coming for comic books even back then. You know what I'm saying? In 2014,
well,
I remember
comic
this
books are
shit.
more vulnerable than video games, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of the comic book nerds just rolled the fuck over. They just buried their heads in the sand and act like the shit won't happen. And now we have SJW Marvel. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, because they didn't want
this is not.
they didn't want to lose their like female friends and like girlfriends who are basically guilt tripping them. It's like a
Well,
Mark Wade. Like Mark Wade's kind of representative of these comic book fans because like Mark Wade, he like what they say like he's in a relationship with someone who's basically force feeding him all this stuff that he's been
yeah.
like spouting about. Yeah,
But they went over a bunch of stupid shit. They're like, it's a natural proportion, blah blah bullshit. I have had females in that position, my goddamn self. That is not unnatural. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that shit happen before. You don't believe me? Go to fucking Pornhub. You know what I'm saying? Look up doing it from behind. That is a total natural position. Sometimes you need to put a pillow, you know what I'm saying, underneath here, depending on where you're going. But yeah, like fucking, it is what it is. That's complete and utter horse shit. Like that's a lie. And but they were even coming for like fucking female comic book heroes back then, back in like 2014, man. And before
oh
then,
yeah.
even they were like talks about shit. I mean, fuck, the
Well,
video you
actually,
just put up was
well again,
2013.
well yeah, again, Anita Sarkeesian was kind of the start of all this nonsense and stuff, and she started doing her videos back in I think 2012. Yeah, I think 2012 was her earliest videos.
Yep.
The
And
BuzzFeed,
here's the
That's where
funny
it
shit.
started.
the BuzzFeed article was from 2013, but the Diversity Comics video is from like last year.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, that's what I was talking about. The article he was reviewing was 2013. But damn,
Yeah.
but no. Like fucking feminists and fucking retards like that have been at every fucking thing. They destroyed, well, didn't necessarily destroyed. They watered down and fucked up. Let's see, movies, comedy. Comedy actually came very towards the end of the fucking shit. They went for comic books. They went for video games.
Yeah.
And video games and Gamergate was the big pushback versus that shit. And honestly,
Yeah.
Gamergate's won because fucking they were like, look, faggots, we control the market. You keep pushing this shit, we just won't buy your game. Which is exactly
Oh
what's
yeah.
been happening in the comic book community. It just took them a huge lag time to fucking catch up to the shit. But that's because like comic books are such a niche market, and you have collectors who are completionists like myself who want every issue of like every book, you know what I'm saying, on one particular character because we like a continuity or a fucking storyline. Comic books are some of the best fucking storylines you've ever seen or were. But when you're talking about politics earlier, some of the best fucking comic book stories had zero politics in them. It was just like Spider-Man tracking down the fucking lizard in like a Todd McFarlane fucking book or something. It was grimy.
Totally. I
There
reviewed.
was
That's funny you said that. I actually reviewed that exact comic.
which one? Torment? Part one.
I reviewed part
5?
1. Yeah.
I mean,
Dude, I have all part 5's
Yeah,
originals.
I mean, comic books are
Same
definitely
thing.
great, but I do also like reading a book too because there are some really great novels out there.
Oh yeah, no question. Yeah, absolutely right. The Dune series, like back in the day, some of the best science fiction you could ever fucking read, really.
Yeah, I'm a millennial, so I grew up on like Harry Potter and other young adult novels because that's
Yeah,
Oh,
me
man.
too.
Yeah.
I used to read that all the time, but now I can't. I don't read unless I read comics.
Oh, dude, go back and read like Jurassic Park. Getting some
I
Crichton
like
in there.
my
My
book
dad
series
reads
was like the
that's
Bar and
Michael
Maze
Crichton.
trilogy.
He
That was
has, like,
my
all the
favorite.
Michael Crichton books.
Hold on, somebody's knocking at my door, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay, but yeah, it's just like but yeah, the complaints over the Spider-Woman cover was really stupid because Spider-Man's in that cover in that pose all the time.
Yeah, and it's definitely like a spider pose.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just I just feel like with the whole SJW instance, I feel like 2012 was when it really took off, and it didn't really also help that the Obama administration also kind of played into the whole SJWs on college campuses, which where all these SJWs kind of came from.
Yeah.
Yeah, because these last 8 years have been, I think, disastrous for American culture.
Yeah, it's so funny to me because you would think that like Ultimate Marvel would have SJW stuff, but it was actually really not SJW at all. It was like really.
Ultimate Marvel came out in 2001, or like it came out like years ago.
Yeah, that's true. I guess it's like it's so weird. It doesn't seem like that long ago to me, but it totally is.
But it's a long time ago because also not to mention Mark Millar also did some stories for it. And, Mark Millar, SJWs hate him because his sexual tendencies is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
He did Twincest, where Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch were like in an incestuous relationship in the Ultimate Universe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's that, and like he also was like at one point
That's
in the
not even
90s,
that
someone
far fetched though. Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are weirdos. Like I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, a lot of people thought that was one of the most infamous instances in comic books. Because that was pretty disturbing.
It's pretty obviously it's gross, but like it does make sense with their whole upbringing and Magneto and all that, and them being like the only people there for each other.
Yeah, but Mark Millar has that tendency to be really sexually crazy. Like he at one point brainstormed a DC comic where Wonder Woman gets raped and stuff. And how he describes it was kind of like done in a joking manner or something like that. It's like he thinks it's like he was pitching it like in a humorous tone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mark Millar can be a little crazy.
Yeah, I want to get more into his comics. I really want to read Kick-Ass because I love John Romita Jr.
I've only seen the movies, but I did read Red Son.
Were the movies good?
I think the movies are great. I mean, I haven't read the comic books, so I can't really. It sounds like they're different still from the comic books, but I mean, I was entertained by them. Like number one was pretty entertaining because it's essentially like what if you tried being a superhero in our world and stuff?
I heard the movies were like more tame.
I guess maybe. I mean, they were still pretty violent. I know people were complaining about Hit Girl's insane, like very like foul language when she's like young, like the actress young. Yeah, and then number two was pretty entertaining too.
I'll have to check that out. And yeah, Red Son is like one of my dad's favorite stories because my parents actually adopted 2 kids from Russia.
Okay.
And my dad's
sorry about that.
Fan. No worries.
That's cool. I'm also like,
My little-
I also really want to watch Gotham by Gaslight because
You
I
know,
read
it's
the
funny. I'm
comic
trying
book.
to find the link to that right now. Rod on Twitter sent it to me, and I'm looking through my feed trying to find a link to Gotham by Gaslight. That's so funny you said that.
You mean the
Rod is
trailer or
awesome.
the movie itself? Because the movie,
No,
I
the
think.
movie. He sent me a link to the movie itself. I'm trying to find it.
Oh, that's cool. Because yeah, I want to get the movie actually and watch it because it's like pretty cool. And then they also like have the new Suicide Squad animated film coming out too, which I'm
Yeah,
curious to see.
I love Gotham by Gaslight. That was like one of the first Elseworld stories I read, and it's the first.
It is the
Elseworld
first
story.
one, yeah.
It is,
Yeah, I really wish DC would bring back Elseworld because I mean,
Right?
people say because they have a multiverse, they don't need to bring it back, but
say
I
that
feel like
all
it'd
the
be great.
time. They totally could pull it off though, because there's no like, they could totally bring it back. They should.
Yeah, I know a lot of people hate on All Star Batman and Robin, but I find it really funny to read and stuff.
That was
you know,
one of my favorite. That was one of my all-time favorite Batman stories. Goddamn Batman
well,
was
but
my
you know
Batman.
everyone hates, but see, every Batman fan says it basically destroys. People don't seem to realize that.
Those are not real
that-
Batman fans. If you like
yeah.
Batman, you like goddamn Batman. It's just.
Oh well, see but the thing is, I think people thought it was canon. People didn't know. People seem to not know that it was a
the
non-canon
Frank Miller
story.
universe.
So people thought. Well, it's not. It's not the Dark Knight Returns. It's something else.
No,
yeah.
it is. It's the Dark Knight Returns universe. 100%. It's before the Dark Knight Returns.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's in the Frank Miller universe with Batman, Spawn, Dark Knight Returns, Dark Knight Strikes Again, and Master Race. It's before he became old. So it's like it's like the only version of Batman that Frank Miller's done that's young, besides the Spawn Batman, if you know that crossover.
Huh.
Yeah, I saw that crossover. Like, I remember that. I also
Yeah,
remember
so-
the Batman versus Predator books, part
Huh,
1 and part.
I didn't know. I thought it was all just a one-shot story without.
No, it's
that
definitely
wasn't-
the All-Star Batman. Okay, so All-Star Batman is different than All-Star Batman and Robin.
Oh, I know that. I
All-Star-
just thought it was like it's a standalone, like All-Star Superman.
Yeah, what I mean is All-Star Batman is in the regular continuity.
Oh,
Damn, he keeps
that-
dropping. Yeah.
yeah,
I wonder if
Whoops.
his phone's overheating.
yeah. That was awkward.
Hell yeah. Welcome back.
Yeah. You there?
You having
All-Star
tech
Super
problems,
Batman is
man?
in regular continuity, and then All-Star Batman and Robin Boy Wonder
Wait,
is in Frank Miller's,
wait,
like,
say that again.
Miller-
You
Millerverse,
dropped
which
out.
is similar to like the. What's that?
Oh, sorry. Say that again. You dropped out. Oh, you dropped out and came back while talking.
Oh, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is your phone
It said
overheating?
it said I was removed from the call. I don't know what happened, but no, I was just saying All-Star Batman is in the regular continuity, but All-Star Batman and Robin the Boy Wonder is in the Miller universe, which is like Frank Miller's universe for DC Comics, which is kind of like how like there's a think of another example. Mark Millar.
Oh, how did they?
has his own
So
universe,
was
but
it
that's
directly
outside of Marvel.
confirmed? Like about where did they confirm that it was like part of that universe?
I'll
Because
find.
no one seems
I'll
to
find
mention
out.
it.
I'll find out.
Okay, because All-Star Batman and Robin came out around the same time as All-Star Superman, which was meant to be like an all-star, like like in sorry, what was it? It was supposed to be a line of comic books that were not hindered down by main continuity. You know, you could do whatever the heck you wanted.
Yeah.
So Grant
no,
Morrison was
I
basically
have
given.
All-Star Superman too. I remember that.
Yeah, basically
All-Star
Grant
Superman's
Morrison
awesome.
and basically Grant Morrison, I think Frank Miller were given the reins to write whatever, Batman or Superman story they wanted. Because I think that was the intention of the All-Star line. But then after, I think All-Star Batman
exactly,
and Robin, they didn't do anymore.
Yeah. Well, what that is Frank Miller, he writes all his stuff in the same continuity. So it's like that's why Batman's a dick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I guess that does make sense.
I'll find
yeah,
where
because
that's confirmed.
like my Dungeon Master, he read All-Star Batman and Robin. He says like, yeah, All-Star Batman and Robin is if like, just read it like Batman is a psychopath and stuff. Like he's insane.
Well, Batman's always been a little bit nutty. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but in this he's
Yeah,
like
he's
in this like
completely
this is like
insane.
this is like chaotic evil Batman almost, like where it's like he basically like, again, he literally like he like decides he's gonna bang Black Canary and say we keep the mask on while like there's like a mountain of bodies close by.
Damn, that's my kind of Batman. Fuck yeah.
I mean, he
Yeah, I
also
know.
fucked Batgirl in The Killing Joke.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
in.
Well,
Are
that
we
was in the
talking
movie.
about?
That was the animated movie.
Yeah.
That was the animated movie, and people hated that. Like that was
Yeah,
like
that was the worst shit ever. Like the first half of the Killing Joke can kiss my ass. Like the last half was basically just like the comic. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
actually liked the first
yeah,
half
that,
Killing Joke. I'm part of the minority that likes it.
Oh, you're
you
showing
like
your
the
face. You're showing your face,
yeah
man.
I'm trying to show you the
yeah you
Frank
got
Miller. I'm trying to show you the Frank Miller thing.
Oh, okay.
So it
Let me.
says Frank Miller. If you just search All Star Batman, Robin, Boy Wonder continuity, Frank Miller verse, and on the Wikipedia it says Frank Miller has also stated that All Star Batman Robin does exist in the same continuity as the other storylines in his Dark Knight universe. This consists of Batman
Oh,
Dark Knight Returns, Dark Knight Strikes Again, Batman, and the other one is Batman Year One. That's also in the Frank Miller universe. Batman Year One.
oh, really?
Yeah,
That's kind of
because
hell
that's
yeah.
where Catwoman is like a prostitute, and where a lot of the things that happen in Batman Year One don't align with the normal Batman continuity, like just how he
okay, because
was.
that's interesting. Because Batman Year One was technically, I think, still is canon. Like it
I
is
think
part
so.
of.
Yeah, it's weird because the Frank Miller universe like crosses over with canon, but yeah, it's still part of the Frank Miller universe.
Okay, because yeah, because I know because the Killing Joke was not meant to be canon, but they decided to make it canon because Barbara Gordon was paralyzed.
Exactly. That's
Well,
how
yeah,
Batman Year One is. It's partially canon, whereas same with Killing Jokes, partially canon because obviously Batman didn't actually kill the Joker in regular continuity.
Hey, dude, what is that red light that keeps flashing in your room?
Oh, that's cockroach. Like what's it called? Fuck. What's the word?
oh, it's that
Yeah.
I know it's that light that it scares them away or attracts them.
Yeah. It's like this. Do you see it?
Oh,
Yeah, what's
word.
it do?
It makes cockroaches like go away. Like they don't. Yeah.
It sends off a radio wave signal,
Yeah.
basically, that
Yeah.
is supposed to make them scatter or run. Like I've seen that
Yeah.
advertised.
Yeah.
By the way, I was a signals guy in the Navy. Basically, I was a Navy scientist, so I know a lot about radio wave signals and other types of signals, microwaves and whatnot. But
But
spectrums.
yeah, that's just funny thing is, yeah, it's so basically, so how I viewed All Star Batman and Robin was that it's basically, this is unhinged Batman, which makes it really fun because Batman is pretty fun to read unhinged, and I thought it was a funny read and stuff, I thought it was hilarious reading the book.
Which one? Which one?
All Star Batman and Robin, because it's literally
Yeah,
just
no, it
Batman
was
unhinged.
really entertaining.
I actually like it when Batman is super paranoid and slightly unhinged because I find it's very entertaining. Because I know the person at my comic book store is a huge Batman fan. I guess he kind of doesn't. I guess he's not a big fan of unhinged Batman. He likes Batman more controlled and
I like
he's
a
like
lot
a
of Frank
martial
Miller's
arts
work.
master. Yeah. A what?
I said I like a lot of Frank Miller's work. Period. Really, like
Yeah,
Frank
Miller's my favorite creator of all
What is
time.
the He's a libertarian, right? Because
He's a contrarian.
he's a country. Okay, because I know that Tim Doyle guy was trying to say that the Dark Knight Returns was like an SJW book or something like that because it was criticizing conservative government or something like that.
Well, that's kind of what I was
No.
saying earlier. Is politics done in the right way? I don't mind in comic books, but if they're done like propaganda, then it's just.
So
trash.
what was it? Because I remember I watched a documentary where they mentioned the Dark Knight Returns. Some people were saying it was like an authoritarian book or something. Because I'm kind of confused. Like, what was the politics of Dark Knight Returns then?
Link to that. You should send the link to that. That sounds interesting.
It's just the History Channel documentary on superheroes unmasked or whatever.
Oh wow!
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I definitely remember that. That was really interesting. They even go into a couple different things, like the thing that they put out with Batman in like unexploded landmines and shit like that in that documentary. But no, the SJW that was telling you that Frank Miller portrayed Batman as like an SJW versus conservatism or whatnot is they're looking for shit to try to support their fucking bogus claims.
Okay, so
because
what
I completely
exactly was the
disagree with that.
politics in the Dark Knight Returns? Because I haven't read the book actually.
Well,
so
Superman basically. Oh, go for it. Go for it, Dark. My bad.
Oh, no worries. It's just one of my favorites, so I love talking about it. But
no, go for it. Be my guest.
Dark Knight Returns is more of like a almost dystopian future where it's You know what? I just lost my train of thought. Walt, you go for it.
Absolutely. Basically, they outlawed a bunch of superheroes.
Yeah.
It was sort of like the Mutant Registration Act, where if you were going to be a
Yeah.
superhero, you had to be a superhero for the government and whatnot. It was super authoritarian in that aspect. If
Yeah.
anything, I wouldn't say it was like conservatism. It was more like a dark
Yeah, because
It's honestly like kind
Superman's
of
like
like
they're all black. Because I think if I'm correct, they blackmail the superheroes. Like Superman's blackmailed into starting wars in foreign countries or something like that. Yeah, fighting wars.
it's kind of funny because
Basically.
it was like a comment on like the modern times, like where superheroes were kind of abandoned because it starts out Batman. He hasn't been Batman for like over 10 years, so
Yeah.
he comes back and he kind of just like takes over and he becomes this like he becomes the how do you
Yeah.
say it? Like not the king but like he
Yeah, he
rules
becomes
everything in the underworld. He
according to
becomes
Frank Miller, he calls him like the Dirty Harry of comic books. Like he becomes Dirty Harry basically.
I was thinking like almost like Terminator or something. Like he literally owns the
Okay, this is
entire
what Frank
underworld
Miller.
by the end of it.
That's what Frank Miller said when they interviewed him for the documentary. It's like,
Oh yeah, Dirty
who
Harry.
doesn't want to be
Dirty Harry
dirty?
is like exactly what Frank Miller got Dark Knight Returns from.
Yeah, because which is interesting because if he wasn't super old, like Clint Eastwood would make a perfect old man Batman stuff.
Whoa, that's a really good idea. I just thought
Yeah, but he's
that's
too old.
really
I mean, unless they try some CGI stuff, like like it's something weird, new, like effects, it just wouldn't work because he's not. He just would. He's not. He would need like a double or something, someone who's like a double to do all like the stunt work.
How old is he?
He's like in his 80s or 90s. So he's like pretty old.
Oh,
yeah, he's really old.
20 years ago.
But
yeah, like if it was 10 or 20 years ago, it would have worked.
But yeah, that's a lot of Frank Miller's work in general. I mean, even in his Daredevil book, he would put in like bits and pieces of politics, including like feminism or like spousal abuse and shit like that.
Yeah,
but
he's really into women with short hair, but he's also into like sexy women. So it's not like he's being feminist about it. It's more like he's just like
I kind of like
he's more like he's like the punk rock of comics. Like Diversity in Comics just said that he's very contrarian. So like whatever is popular, he does the opposite of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
very
like
much so.
Yeah, when it comes to like like a spousal abuse, yeah, I'd like to see some comic books that has to deal with like like male spousal abuse, where like the males get abused and like deal with the idea that most child abuse is done by moms, not
Dude,
really
just
dads.
Dude, just pick up Dan Slott's Spider-Man run. It's all in that shit, son. Like I'm telling you.
Did he really? No, he never. They wouldn't have let him do that.
Actually, I think Silk raped Spider-Man. I'm pretty sure during his run.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, Batman technically got raped by Talia al Ghul. If depending on what comic you're using. Yeah.
The tarantula raped Nightwing. What's her name? Black Tarantula. What was her fucking name? Did I say that character?
Yeah, right? I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and also, what was that?
Wait, say that again, Walt. Walt, say that again.
Tarantula raped Nightwing, and Nightwing also got suckered into fucking somebody he thought was Starfire, except for it was like this shape-shifting chick. I forgot her name. What was it? This was old school. And he ended up fucking her and thinking it was like Starfire. And then she admits it in front of like all the fucking Teen Titans at the time or whatever. It was back when Nightwing had that huge fucking like pop collar. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, you mean this costume?
Yeah, his costume looked like a '70s rock star. You know what I'm saying? Or,
I know the old school costume.
Yeah, like that happened. Like Nightwing's got fucking raped. Technically, I guess that wasn't really rape, but
again, he
got taken advantage of.
Yeah, but of course, there's no outrage that when a female character gets raped, everyone's like, it's awful.
Or put in a refrigerator. Yeah, that's some bullshit.
I know,
like,
and that's why we got Gail Simone.
Yeah, 100%. That is, and fuck Gail Simone for that reason, if not any other.
Oh yeah, Switchpoint I think says it best. It's like this, all that type of shit has been happening to male characters for decades and stuff. There's nothing special about you. Again, like Bruce Wayne, his defining factor is that both of his parents get shot in a freaking alley and stuff. His dad gets shot to death. It's the
Hell
same thing with lots of other, characters where their dads get killed
Spider-Man.
too.
Spider-Man
Yeah,
with
his
Uncle
uncle
Ben.
gets
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, his uncle gets shot. So it's like what? It's like so it's called women in refrigerators. So what? She was use the word men in alleys or something, or men in
Yeah.
guns. Yeah, because
Yeah,
like seems like
exactly.
most male characters get shot at one point. Yeah,
Yep. But yeah.
it's like
But I
yeah,
mean, name how many characters have been female characters in comics that have been raped. Superheroes, go. Because I can only think of one that could even be construed as, and that's like Miss
yeah,
Marvel.
Miss
And
Marvel's
I
the
just
only.
gave you 4 instances where guys have it. I'll give you a 5th. Do you read Invincible whatsoever? Do either one of y'all read Invincible? Because that is like one of the best comic books that I've read in the last 10 years.
I have not
My
seen
dad's
Invincible.
always telling me to read that too. I want to check that out.
Dude.
Isn't it about to end?
It is about to end. If
So
it
what happened?
hasn't already.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's not Marvel or DC, so I guess
Oh, no, it's not.
Yeah, it's
That's-
Image.
Yep. That's like the best superhero comic book out, period. Like, I'm trying to tell you, dude,
Nah,
for
I
sure.
ain't got-
Read it from the beginning, storyline wise. It is the best. It is the most anti-PC, fucking awesome shit.
Wait, you're saying it's better than like All Star Superman, like Kingdom Come.
No, I'm saying that is out right now. That is
Oh, okay,
being
you
printed
mean up to
right
date.
now. Yeah, to date.
I don't know.
Not of all time.
Super
But
Sons.
no.
Okay, I know because I don't know that Super Sons book is pretty good.
I'm telling you, Invincible's better.
Okay, so what? One of the characters got raped or something.
Well, I don't want to give it away if you haven't read it, but
Well, I probably won't read it, so I don't mind spoilers.
the main fucking character gets brutally raped by a female villain in that shit, and I mean brutally, like fucking like superhero raped, like
Wait,
in the middle of the fucking street. But do me a favor and name me name
so
me
the main
any
character
female
isn't
characters
the
you
main
can-
character like a young boy?
No, he's technically he's like an 18, 19-year-old throughout the progression of the book.
Oh, okay. So wait, so he got brutally raped by like a female villain.
Yes, correct.
Dang.
Like superhero raped, like fucking like some crazy shit, like pounded into the ground in the middle of a smoking crater in the middle of the city raped. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Literally.
And
That's
like
crazy.
what? Like use what? Like were there tentacles involved or something?
No tentacles. She was just like the same. Well, fuck, you're gonna make me give away the story. But
Okay,
I mean,
fine.
this
So
happens
basically,
way into
just
the story.
like very forced mounting.
Oh yeah. Like honestly, I don't know. Fuck. You know what? I'm not even gonna go there. Yeah, like it's some fucked up shit. But
Okay, yeah.
the storylines that they take in that, and some of the things that they deal with inside that, and some of the things they say in that, you couldn't get away with saying in fucking Marvel or even DC. Like, I'll give you an example. So his best friend finds out he's got superpowers. He's like, man, he's like, can you fly me around? And he's like, what? And he's like, dude. And he's like, nah, for real. And this is like early on in the book. He's like, fine, whatever. And like fucking, he picks him up and he starts carrying him around like Carol Danvers was in that Marvel Generations book with Kal-El, Captain Marvel. You know what I'm saying? And he says to himself, he's like, man, this is so gay. You know what I'm saying? You could not get away with saying that shit in a fucking Marvel book or a DC
Yeah.
book right now.
But this is
You know what I'm saying?
that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. You mentioned that about that. This is Image, right?
Yes.
That's interesting you mentioned it because some I think it was I don't know who it was, but I think it might have been Captain Cummings. Who a lot of people were kind of thinking that Image and some of the more independent companies are one of the reasons why we're dealing with all these SJWs, because a lot of SJW comic book fans tend to read these very independent, non-mainstream series. Like
The
stuff
new
from
Witchblade
Image, yeah.
looks so bad.
The Witchblade looks like shit, and it's written by feminists, and it's the most boringest thing I've ever fucking seen.
Which is weird
That
because
is
she's
some
like a lesbian
shit.
in the original series, isn't she?
I think she's bisexual, maybe. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, okay. I thought she was a lesbian.
Pretty sure. Nah. Yeah, she was definitely bi. That was some hot shit. But look, the art in that compared to like the art
Oh,
now,
yeah.
I don't know how you can.
Oh, yeah, the art was
progress.
Oh
beautiful.
yeah, the
I
art
remember
was
the-
by Michael Turner, which R.I.P. I met him, but yeah, the art was so much better in the '90s.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
what was the runtime of the original comic book series? It was like from when to when?
Talking about Witchblade?
Yeah.
You could Google that right now if you want. Like, let me see.
It's 1995 to 2015.
Here you go. Yep, that makes sense because feminism probably fucking killed that shit.
Yep.
It was
And
1995 to 2016.
15.
Oh, okay, that's a long
Yeah.
series.
Yeah.
There was a film adaptation that got canceled apparently in 2008.
Yeah, actually, I remember hearing about that. Or at least the film's supposed to be coming out, and I was kind of disappointed and never saw it. But that tells you why.
Bleeding Fool did did like an article on the Invincible comic.
Fuck Bleeding Cool and whatever he's got to say about it.
No,
Really,
Yeah.
I could
Bleeding
give a shit
Fool.
less.
Bleeding
Yeah,
Fool.
Bleeding
with F.
Fool.
Oh, Bleeding Fool. Oh, the parody account.
Well, no, that's just what we call Bleeding Fool and stuff. Yeah, that's the
Oh.
insult. It's
Well,
Bleeding Cool.
No, no.
there is a person named Bleeding Fool on Twitter.
Okay, no, I was just calling
Yeah.
it Bleeding Fool, as an
Yeah, I
insult
get
to Bleeding Cool, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you there. But
Yeah,
at the same time, I think that's why his parody accounts like that on Twitter. That dude's
Oh,
funny
yeah.
as shit too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
no,
just
I've talked to him before.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of I don't know when it's coming out, but I can't wait till Alt Hero comes out just so I can see how triggered people get. Because
Dude, if
the Mary Sue already lost its mind at like Thump the first 100 days.
yes.
Because I got my copy of that book. You guys should definitely check it out. It's like hilarious.
Nah, dude, I tried retweeting that and the tweet was already fucking taken down before I could do it on my mentions on
Retweeting
Twitter.
what?
The parody Thump account on Twitter.
You mean Donald J? You mean the sorry? You talking about Donald J. Thump's Twitter account, or are you talking about the
His
book?
Twitter account. His Twitter account where he did a fucking he was promoting that on Twitter, and I tried to retweet that, but the tweet had been fucking deleted or taken down.
Oh,
So it didn't exist
okay.
anymore.
The original tweet.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
That's too bad because yeah, I got my copy of the book and it's really good.
I bet so, dude. From what I was seeing, it fucking looks great.
Yeah, it's a kid's story. That's basically what it is. It's like a kid's story. There's no foul language. It's just a political kid's story.
Well, here's something really funny. If John Malin does get fucking axed from Marvel, then shunned from Marvel, I wonder if he would work for Vox.
Vox Day.
Yeah, I wonder if he would or wouldn't. Because,
maybe it depends. Yeah, but like,
I mean, I'm sure if the money's right. I mean, I don't know if.
Well, again, he has to see. I just want to see how much Alt Hero sells, because if it sells a lot, then there is going to be money. There is, because I feel like it will, because conservatives, they're very brand loyal. Like they have the money to spend. Like they put their money where their mouth is a lot. And the thing is that Alt Hero isn't really alt right. I mean, yeah, there's a character who has a Confederate flag, but again, it's like it seems like it's more conservative than alt-right, basically, because a lot of the talking points has to do with illegal immigration, the nature of people not doing something to stop border crossing and all that stuff.
Do you know when that's supposed to come out?
I have no idea.
When
There's
the
no
actual
release date for Alt Hero.
Yeah, he's got some very powerful backers also.
Yeah.
I was looking at his Patreon and also the actual Vox Day comics on the internet.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude,
It's
like for real, I'm definitely down with that Confederate chick. I'm all about that shit. That's hot as fuck to me.
What's funny is that so basically apparently the Mary Sue lost their shit over like Thump the first 100 days.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because apparently there's another book that unfortunately isn't available anymore. It was called The Adventures of Pepe and Beatty. Because apparently Pepe the Frog's creator claimed copyright because he's trying to get rid of all of the offensive Pepe stuff.
Didn't he kill Pepe though?
He did, but again, he still owns the rights to the character technically because it's from a cartoon or something. So, like, if you try to make
parody on it,
what?
Can't you just say it's a parody?
I think it's because he used the likeness of Pepe. I mean, the character doesn't look too much like him, but you could tell it was Pepe. It's just
sure.
I think it's just it fell under copyright, so the book got taken down. If I could talk to him, I would suggest to the guy who read the book is that he should have changed the name to Keck. Then they wouldn't be able to touch it and stuff. Yeah, just change the name to Keck and give him a bit of a different design and stuff. Yeah,
that's great.
Because apparently, so for some reason people took offense to it, saying that it was Islamophobic because it's basically about Pepe and like his animal friends at a farm who have to deal with like gators, and some of the alligators look like they're dressed in hijabs and stuff. And it's like, again, it's like you can call it Islamophobic. That's basically just being critical of, you know, of Islamic radicalism causing
Hell
problems.
yeah.
And stuff. Yeah. Well, it's just total bullshit and stuff. But yeah, so his Pepe's creator basically heard about the book and just decided to sue or have it taken down.
That is insane. It's
I know,
unfortunate.
Yeah,
But
I
you
hope he
still
tries
got your
again to
copy?
publish it just with a different name.
Hell yeah. No, that's a smart idea. But you already have a copy of it?
Of what?
Of the first year or whatever. Didn't you
Oh,
say
the
that
first-
the character Pepe was in that?
No. No, I'm talking about a different book. There are two. They were basically. They
Oh.
were both in the Mary Sue article, where the Mary Sue is is like losing its shit over that people are making kid friendly books that are like, you know, either pro conservative or pro Trump and stuff. And it mentions like, you know, Thump, the First 100 Days, but it also mentions like the Adventures of Pepe and Beatty, which is a separate book that was written by a principal at like a Texas school.
Ha ha ha. That is
Yeah.
great.
So yeah, that's basically what I was talking about. So, but no, Donald J. Thump's book is still available and it's selling really well.
Good. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think you can find that at Barnes and Nobles. It's like all over the place, I think.
Nice. I wonder if they got it at Books A Million. Probably not.
Oh, one of the great things about the book is that it's all done in rhymes. Basically, it's hilarious.
Ha.
So it's not exactly like say Dr. Seuss, but you know you can kind of see similarities. It's like really funny.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like okay,
Damn.
I don't want to spoil, but there's just one line I think is hilarious. So it's like, Thumb quenched his thirst with the hearty gulps of liberal tears from a reservoir that stayed full for his White House years. That's a line. So it's like liberal tears that's, you know, quenched his thirst for like the White House years for his White
Dude,
House
I hope
years.
the Mary Sue keeps losing this shit over stuff because
Well, they're
the
almost
more and more
aren't they
they
almost
get
like
triggered. the
yeah
closer-
aren't they almost like bankrupt or something? Because they had to fire people, right?
Yeah, same thing happened to like feminist frequency or whatever the
You
fuck
know,
that
Gawker. Gawker. I know
maybe.
Gawker's bankrupt. Well, Gawker's been bankrupt. Yeah, like they're selling it off.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
like Mike Cernovich wants to like buy Gawker and stuff. Like he wants to like basically make it conservative.
That would be fantastic. I
Yeah.
love it. But
Yeah,
no. What was the name of that feminist website? Or it was supposed to be some kind of mecca of feminist bullshit. But they started charging money so bad because feminists suck at fucking business management. Because
This was a
it's not
website.
so-
I'm
Yeah,
not sure
it
because
was
there's
a
the Mary Sue, which
website.
is hurting. There was like the what was it? Not the Daily Beast, but it was some type of that went out because of the whole Hulk Hogan controversy. But I don't think that's a really feminist website.
Wait, was it Daily Feminism or some shit
Oh,
like
Everyday Feminism.
that? That's the one.
They have
That's the
Everyday
one I was
Feminism,
thinking
yeah.
about. Yeah, they fucking were rupturing fucking money.
Yeah.
And damn, they kind of got fucked. But that's because feminists suck at business because we don't live in a socialist society.
Well,
I should
yeah, I
be
mean,
paid on wanting to
TF
get paid.
Well, TFM already did videos on why, a lot. There are several female-run companies that just fail utterly.
Yeah, exactly.
But is there anything else you want to say, Dark Water? Oh, I wonder if his mic cut out.
Possibly.
Are you there, Dark Water? Guess who's having mic issues? Well, I guess we probably should end the stream now since it's been going on for a while.
Hell yeah. I'm glad
Yeah.
I made it this time. Sorry about last week.
Yeah, see if Florence is going to make it, but I guess he's busy.
Hell yeah. What shit, I was working on all last week by damn self. Last weekend and shit. I couldn't get
Yeah.
off, so I was like, fuck.
Okay, well, guys, this has been a really great stream, and people watching this, you can like and subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you can find us all on Twitter. What's your address, Walt, right now?
Oh, oh no, just ask around. People will direct you to me.
Yeah, and well, you also have a
Yeah.
link. Yeah, I also have a link of your account in the description. So yeah, so you can find all
Oh,
links to all of our accounts in the description. Yeah,
yeah,
but
absolutely.
I think I do have to. I think I do have to add Supercoat's account if I haven't added it. So I'll definitely add that if it's not there. So yeah, so this has been another extreme stream, and we are signing out.